1979, but it is a history not our own. The guns of the Civil War are silent thanks to an uneasy ceasefire between the forces of the North and South. The Great Quake of '68 sundered the California coast, revealing the superfuel called ghost rock. This in turn powered an age of new science, driving men mad with ambition and something else altogether. The United States is divided into 6 nations in a constant state of conflict. Meanwhile, malevolent and sinister forces work from an unfathomable realm to twist the wills of men to their vile machinations. But one thing remains the same. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. Whoosh! And, oh boy, them cameras is not fucky. Yay! Cameras work right off the bat, which leads us straight into Deadlands Reloaded Wednesdays. Technically the flood, but in the 17 hours of this season we have compiled thus far, we have run about 7.5 minutes of the flood. But now we're getting back on track. We're in Colorado territory, just haven't left the town of Wagons End. And the corpse of one Eliza O'Day to be amalgamated in the basement of a house that they then burned down on their exodus, trapping Victoria Valadez Roja in a ghost rock filled box that he made her a little forgetful, but that's alright because she don't remember. And they find themselves on the road out. But before we do all that, a bit of housekeeping. You know, I am Will Thompson, your marshal, this and every evening here on the channel. And with me this evening are Mike Bowser, Leroy Luna, Sean McCrae, and Mary Mead. Mary Mead, who lost Eliza O'Day last
yes, I
week.
did. It was really sad. I'm over it though, and I'm excited.
It was super sad.
My new character.
I felt like a dick. But for
I felt like you were a dick as well.
For like 4 minutes, I felt like a dick. I was like, wow, man, you're a dick. And then I'm like, well, that's dice. And I did, rewatching it, boy, I gave a lot of visual cues and lots of opportunities for people to do anything other than stand around in a semicircle and throw damage at it. So I only feel, 3/5 responsible, we'll say. But moving on, tonight is going to be a little bit of a rumination on loss to start out, right? So I want you to describe to me the moment when your character first realized that they were going to die someday.
Oh god, that would have been perfect for Eliza. Shit. She's dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I mean, her thoughts are pretty much spread all over the cobblestones of that basement. You know, it's
Yeah, you know.
Although it did cut you in half, so your head was relatively intact. So you know, although it's been it's been
Oh God.
getting on 36 hours now. I'm sure the breakdown of the neurological tissues is. I mean, remnant pathways decomposing. But cheerier subject. So, why don't we start with, I don't know, Sean tonight. Sean, when's the first time Joe Dog it? You know that moment when like it hit you? I was like 8 or something when I was like, wait a minute, if the cat dies and Grandma died, uh-oh, you know? I think what happened was I was watching the movie Blade Runner, right, for the first time when it was like contemporary because I'm old as fuck, right? And like it was in the future, and I started doing head math, and I'm like, wow, 2019, wow, you'll be so old then. And then I started thinking ahead, right? And then I was like, wait, in 2050, uh-oh, like, so yeah, I guess I answered for myself first there on account of not having a character. But Sean, what caused your character to first tackle the concept of mortality?
Um, I think it might have been when she was around 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Her closest friend died from cholera, and she didn't ever see them again. So I kind
Poof.
of
Yeah.
just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it. So,
Life went on, but the friend did not,
mhm,
and it left you feeling,
yeah,
you know, a mite peculiar. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
11 or 12. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Leroy? What was Victoria's first tackling of her own mortality?
Just making sure. Is my video slowed down?
I mean, it's a little jumpy. We're hearing you just fine, though.
Mhm.
So you can give us words.
All right. This is Victoria speaking.
Yes.
Awesome. Victoria's first experience with her mortality was helping her mother give birth to one of her youngest siblings. And unfortunately, they didn't live past a month.
Right.
And there's usually a huge celebration once a young baby completes 3 years of life. So the fact that it didn't even reach that really hurt Victoria to a point that she realized this could happen to any of her siblings. This could happen to herself, and she can't stop that. It
Well,
isn't something a
and isn't
person
the whole point of
giving you the
not
choice to live or die,
celebrating?
but it's
Isn't the whole point of not celebrating until they're 3 just on account of the fact that, a lot of them die before they make it? Once you're 3, you're like, all right, man, you're not going to get the scarlet fever. Like, but yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. How about you, Jeremiah Decker?
So I think Jeremiah has been around death a lot, and he kind of felt it the first time when his brother died in the war.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was made as visceral before Eliza O'Day was ripped apart in front of him.
Oh, really? So it was
Yeah,
like,
I think
really, yeah.
like a couple days ago or yesterday or
Mm-hmm.
however.
Yeah, about 36 hours past now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at that point something clicked in him and he realizes that maybe he's not as
So
invincible as
like
he
the
thought.
last 48 hours, you found Jesus and then immediately lost him, is what you're saying, right?
Pretty
You,
much,
you were
yeah.
like, I've seen the light. Oh, hell, I've seen the dark.
Well, you see this incredible vision of God and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
it really does change you. But then for that same being to
Mm-hmm.
snatch away your friend uh, that soon after is
Say, Joe Doggett, real quick, I'm not sure we ever really got down to, so a pile of corpses assembled themselves, and then
Mhm.
a tentacle of corpses
Frankenstein
erupted.
monster.
Yeah, it was
Was
like
it?
a
I mean,
patchwork golem.
patchwork, Frank. So weird science. Weird science is what we're
Yeah.
settling
Yeah.
on here.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. And then finally, Delilah Abbott. What was your first experience with your own impending
Geez.
mortality? Keeping it light, to kick off.
When she was 6 years old, um, she lived on a small homestead with her single mother, and they were attacked by these weird bandit things, but uh, they just wouldn't get hurt, and there was a moment of fear knowing that this might be their last night on the homestead. But luckily, fate smiled on them that night.
Excellent. Excellent. 6 years old, imperiled, and feeling it uh, viscerally and personally. So I still only see Jeremiah, Victoria, and now Delilah in Fantasy Grounds. So I am officially missing a Joe Doggett.
No.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's not
How
loading quickly. There you go.
dare you?
I'm sorry. I am a horrible person.
I see you have time to lick
Please
your
don't.
wooden spoon, I
Yeah.
see, with your
Yep.
butters or...
My Visco friendly. My
Oh,
Visco friendly slippery set.
Visco... Scrit? It's a water bottle
Yep.
and scrunchies. That's all I know.
Yep.
I'm a 36-year-old
Here's
man.
my water bottle.
Oh, but that's not a Visco water bottle.
It's not. It's not a
It has
hydro
to be a
flask. I
hydro.
know.
There you go.
I know.
Yep.
I know. It's not. I'm a wannabe. I'm a.
Visco.
Oh, who is the true Visco
Oh
girl
my
this
god,
Boom.
Will! This whole time, Will is the real Visco girl.
Side ponytails, side
time.
ponytails.
Oh my gosh.
My wife
Man,
actually
maybe
turned me
your
onto these
beard could
water
be your side
bottles.
ponytail.
Well, yeah, I could really. It's too bad I trimmed it a month ago. It was getting to side
Oh.
ponytail length. But, y'all hear wagon noises? Yeah, little birds are chirping. Yeah, that's good because you on the trail. And, things have gotten, decidedly more pleasant in the last 12 hours of travel. You at about a mid-altitude. You can see snow-packed peaks in the distance. Right, trees around, little meadows and glades and brooks and, a deer hopping, through wildflowers. It's, quite a change from that kind of ruddy little valley that Wagon's End was in. And well, frankly, it has been about 12 hours since you've seen anything even resembling odd. It's just a nice, normal, sunny afternoon. When suddenly, no, it's a nice, normal,
Damn,
sunny
no, just kidding.
afternoon. Lu Fang has sobered up some, well, Hera the dogged up some, I'm not sure he's ever, but he's in rare form, once again conversing quietly with Phineas, aka Bill Smithers, right? As you guys ride with Hezekiah on the wagon, and they take note of a, just a pretty little pasture filled with wildflowers, and decide to pull the wagon over and take advantage. They say, well, so it's a real shame that you lost your girlfriend there, but it doesn't really seem proper to just ride on without stopping and saying some words. We got some of our things we could bury. Don't we, Gary? And Gary says, yeah, and produces a pair of her bloomers.
Oh my. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Joe's gonna go over and snatch on it.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah, give me a notice roll. Nothing. No, he pulled them out of a bag, but yeah. They they pull over, right, and they start to dig a little hole, and Gary takes a twig off a flask, right, and things are just kind of pretty and serene, and y'all have a moment to say your piece regarding Miss O'Day. Bill
Don't
says,
everybody start at once.
"Yeah, don't make me start. I'm not good at these things."
So I think Jeremiah is gonna light a cigar and kind of sit back, and he's just gonna have like a look of disgust on his face.
Jill will just kind of shuffle her boots in the dirt, take off her hat.
Gary should start
never,
singing any moment, but
Yeah, never was very good at this, but she was a great friend to us all. Got us out of trouble many times, and she'll just nod and just kind of, that's it.
Hezekiah will wring his hands a little and kind of awkwardly, like, put his arm over Joe's shoulder.
And then she'll maybe cry, like,
God.
rubber eye. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
a
rubber
little
eye,
dust in her eye.
Yeah.
Well, now, I didn't know Miss O'Day too proper, like, but, I mean, any friend the missus was a friend of mine, and, well, the world's a darker place without her.
I don't think she'd like this place too much. She seemed to like the uglier side of life. Them tow-headed kids and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's Gary.
Oh man.
Gary has
Yeah.
a set of pipes.
Yeah, I know, he's good. Should have started like a minute and a half ago, Gary.
God damn it, Gary.
Come on, Gary.
Ruining everything.
You had one fucking job.
Right? He was busy back there just lubricating the works up, Mimo, 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 me. Right? Victoria, your gal pal. Your pal de la gal.
Yep.
Yep.
Give me a second. Victoria's collecting herself.
Sorry, I'm
Oh
trying
my
to
God,
keep a
what
straight
is...
face.
Holy mother of God. This fucking screen. I just look over at Streamlabs. It keeps changing the resolution of Windows. I need to just murder whoever made the program, clearly.
Whoa. Slow down.
Nope, that's right. That was an explicit threat. And I'll do it again. I'm a crazy person. They'll block all our revenue. Alright, there we go. Now seriously though, Streamlabs has been so fucky. I just... So, that was, you know, I had like 10 or 15 minutes charted out here for you guys to have like things to say. Oh, thank you for the follow, Quiche-sama. Ooh, not just Quiche-san or Quiche-chan, but Quiche-sama is, you know, the master quiche.
Oh my god.
It sounds like an
No.
excellent brunch at any rate. But,
I mean, what can we say? Eliza O'Day was wonderful, and she's gonna be missed.
Eliza Day was wonderful and is now cut in half. I think Bill's gonna try and cut some of the tension. He's gonna say, yeah, she seemed like a real nice piece of ass. I guess you could still get a piece of that ass on that cellar floor, huh? Ha! Ha! No. Well, I tried.
Can you ever read a room?
No, Bill. Well, I mean, he can when he's selling stuff. But, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Outside of that,
Oh,
no,
man.
explicitly, he's not, you know.
Are we passing the bloomers around while we're talking about Miss Eliza?
No, I thought we were gonna bury the bloomers, but no, it's like, it's the talking bloomers, yeah.
Stick, guys. Pass it around.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Okay.
Give me a notice roll, Joe. You can't help but notice that, Gary stopped singing and is smelling his wrist. There's a little vial dropping on his
Is he on a
wrist.
boner or something? Like, is this?
What? Well, that's kind of a
Hey,
jump, but yeah,
I
no,
don't
he's.
know. This is, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, he's got a raging hard on.
Listen,
Yes,
yeah.
Joe's
Why?
knows. She's not that little virgin that Hezekiah thinks she is.
no.
Right?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Now we're
What?
learning truths about Joe.
Sure.
Just saying.
She's rode the range, you know?
Oh my god.
So,
This is insane.
are we done talking about Eliza O'Day then? Is that the
Apparently.
that's the gist?
Apparently.
Alright, well, this was a wonderful funeral.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted a eulogy, came to the wrong crew.
Alright, yeah, well, if I wanted some role play.
He's kinda dead.
Yeah, I'm like, Elias is the talker.
Right? Well, screw all y'all then.
I would love to talk more about Eliza if my voice wouldn't slow down and cut off.
Blip, blorp, blip. No, we can hear you. I think it's just
we
your
can hear you just
your
fine.
video that's been getting fucky. Wow, I mean, he can really get up there though. In the
He's like
I
a
know.
tenor, man.
you know,
He's reaching for it.
Jesus, Gary.
right?
So you guys can hear me fine right now?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. Victoria is gonna bow her head.
Uh-oh.
Senora Eliza, you were kind when you didn't need to be. You sacrificed more than just your time, but your patience towards us. I don't know if I could ever repay or even show an example of what you did for us. You will be missed. And she turns off her voice box and she begins a prayer in Spanish.
That is drowned out by Gary, just fucking laying into it. I just picture him on his knees at this point, just like, I mean,
Figurative dancing to the.
no, he's got many
Girl
hidden
song.
talents. Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
All right. Rabbit, you have
Yeah.
been given your official first assignment as a Texas Ranger. Congratulations, Private. It is the old Texas Ranger motto, of course, one riot, one ranger. And you have just been dispatched to a rural Colorado mining town by the name of Prospect. Right, now, you had your supervisor on the horn, but, he wasn't too keen on some details, something about some deaths, and one of them there, nose ferrets, you know? You gotta, get out there, get that nose ferret out that town there, let them people be mining again proper. And, that was what you were given, as you, make your way to the mining town of Prospect. The town itself is a unremarkable string of precisely 5 buildings, 4 of which are hewn into the rock face, right? So that it's just the frontage, right, that is exposed. And then there is a general store that is a, own outbuilding. Looks like it was probably there when they started this mining community up, right? And the rest of them are just dug out because, well, they're miners, right? Insulated housing. But yeah, that's all you've been given.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna go down there. I'm gonna make sure that my Texas Ranger, like, badge or anything is kind of covered up because
Yep.
from my papa's stories, you can find more when you don't show who you really are.
Yep.
So
Presence of a Texas
I'm gonna-
Ranger would be alarming, especially folks out here in Colorado territory, you know?
I'm gonna make sure my rosary is wrapped up on my wrist because people out west don't really like, people that follow religion. So I'm just gonna go down there, explore the town a little.
So it is just one dirt street. The houses that are, into the rock face are all private residences. And then literally the one building, about 150 yards away from town, is the main shaft of the mine they've been working. Give me a notice roll.
Okay, I can do that. Oh my god.
Both of your eyes are
Nothing.
pecked out by
Nothing.
crows as you fall
Nothing.
off your horse and are trampled to death. No, yeah, no, real quiet. Real quiet. Rest of the party. You are, apparently, 2 miles outside of the town of Prospect, given the, sign that has, been put out for you, along the path there, a little wooden pointer, Prospect this way. And, Bill, starts to get into his, Phineas, routine. He's waxing his mustache, getting everything all squared away. And he says, now, it's been a couple of years since I've been here, but, yeah, well, we'll assess the situation, we'll case the scene, right, and, probably set out right outside the general store, gather up everybody. We might wait until the mine shift, right? Like, in the evening time, get some of the guys coming out. We'll do a black lung bit, right? It'll be great. Should be easy peasy. I expect nothing difficult. Any questions, anybody?
Joe's
there
just
any-
gonna shake her head now.
You got any insane clowns in Prospect?
No, that's just a simple mining town. Nothing fancy going on here. Just a dozen sales or so, probably.
Yeah, I could use simple for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't suspect there should be anything that's out of the ordinary at all. Yeah. Except for in all the ways there invariably will be something out of the ordinary.
Always.
Like,
Always.
As there always is.
Little do you all know you're being watched from the bushes by Satan. No, So you guys pull up onto the town of Prospect, simple brown clapboard house frontage. You know, dead quiet, which seems to put Bill on edge a little. He said last time we were through here it was a little busier. And he recommends that you guys go to the general store slash tavern slash, you know,
I was gonna ask, is there a
municipal
tavern?
center slash. Yeah, of course there's a tavern. There's always a tavern. There is always a tavern. Why is there not? There it is. Alright, there's a tavern. No, not that one. There it is. Excellent. Yep. There are a few people in the tavern proper, which is odd if I get a common knowledge roll from everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody, because you're in the tavern in the
Everybody,
corner right
yeah,
now.
sure.
Haven't procured yourself a, you know, a beverage. A non-alcoholic beverage.
A nice water.
Mm-hmm. So it is weird for there to be so many people in here because it is midday on a glorious day. And there should be people in the hole down there, you know, fetching things from the ground. Gold, coal, ghost rock, you know. Whatever it is they mine here. Yes, we are, Kish-sama.
White people just do weird things to me all the time. I don't. It's fine, I rolled a 3. This is a normal for me.
Yeah, well, you had forgotten that people worked, apparently, given your absent-mindedness
Yep.
due to the ghost rock exposure.
People
God.
don't need to work. Alright. I don't want to be a hindrance to you guys again. I'm just gonna go back to the wagon and make a little bit of makeshift altar for myself. I'll be back, alright?
Oh, you're gonna go do your prayers? Yeah. Fantastic. Your dark rituals. Yeah, man, it's quite a deal at $10 too, the Adventure Edition rulebook. And then the supplements being $10 a pop. I mean, it's fantastic. Deadlands is great, Kish-sama. As is Suede.
Yep.
But
Well, this being a mining town, I'm gonna go up to the barkeep slash storekeep and see if they have any
slash
dynamite for
mayor.
sale. I'm looking for around 8 sticks of dynamite.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, you need a permit proper, you know? You gotta...
I don't think we need a permit around here, do we, friend?
Well, yeah, because you gotta prove that you got a mine instead.
Oh, well. What if my mine instead ain't from right around here?
Well, I mean, then go to right around where you're from and buy yourself some dynamite.
Hmm.
If I sell you some dynamite right here, it is big government, Drew. It's big government for sure. If I sell you some dynamite right here, I got no guarantees you ain't trying to jump a claim.
Hmm. I can assure you that I will put that dynamite to a different use, but
To a
it's
different...
fine.
Are you making terroristic threats, sir?
I don't think that terrorist was a word back now.
Terroristic.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So where is this dynamite stored?
I mean, right
Do I see
beneath
it?
the counter. Yeah, with his 12
Is this
gauge,
really
you know.
happening?
No, yeah, he'll sell you some fucking dynamite. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just like-
I mean, I was gonna steal it if he wasn't gonna sell it.
At
So that's fine.
$5 a stick.
All right.
He's a long way from civilization, you know.
Do I feel like he can do math?
Well, I mean, he asked for $5 a stick, so I should hope so.
Okay. So if I hand him 35 and he'll give me 8?
Sure. Can you do math?
No. That's part of the problem, is I got a weird number.
Got a question. Am I seeing any of this?
Yeah, no, he's sitting there negotiating for dynamite at the counter. Fella just walked in, guns on his hip. Duster.
I'm gonna pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Just
He says,
Completely normal.
I'll tell you what. You look like you handy with that shooter there. You fix us a problem, and I'll give you 8 sticks of dynamite.
Well, I imagine that depends on what the problem is, friend.
Oh, which is mighty simple. We just got ourselves some prairie ticks.
I'm unfamiliar. What's a prairie tick?
You ain't seen no prairie tick, boy.
I've been on a train or a wagon most of this time.
Well, they're about the size of your fist. And they climb up in you, open up your mouth, climb down your throat, and then, you know, bleed you out, come bursting out your cadaver. We got an infestation of them up in the mine. Got to close down proper lot. We found the miner Samuel. He was done bled out, chest burst open, clearly prairie ticks, clear as day.
Well, you know, my services being as amazing as they are going to cost just a bit more than $40. So how about you make that 10 sticks of dynamite and I'll do it.
10 sticks of dynamite upon proving to us that you done rid the mine of them prairie ticks.
9 sticks of dynamite upon proving it, 1 up front.
Well, now, I can't have you dynamiting the interior of the mine. We still plan on using that when you're done with it.
Alright then. Fair enough. How about a whiskey?
Alright, whiskey up front, 10 sticks of dynamite upon completion. All you gotta go down there, get down in there, squish you some bugs. There can't be more than a couple dozen of them. Right, find you the queen, pop her, and y'all good to go.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah, they be infestulating the mines proper like. The only explanation I see fit. Old Samuel looking like a skeleton man, all scaring the chitlins.
I'll shoot the whiskey and then go find Joe, see if she wants to join me.
Yep.
Hey Joe, I was just talking to the mayor, innkeeper, barkeep, taxidermist, and it seems this mine in town's got a bit of a problem with the mine. They need us to clear it out. He offered to pay you 1 stick of dynamite to help out here.
Yo, give me a notice roll at a +4. It's not a huge tavern.
Basically, don't critically fail. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, so you overheard that. There were 10 sticks of dynamite discussed, but if you would all like to carry some perfectly stable dynamite on you that doesn't at all have rules for getting shot, right, or detonating due to wetness or any of that, I just recommend why don't you get 10 sticks of dynamite and just give 2 to every character.
Yeah.
Or you could bandolier them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that you guys were just like, I mean, you know, like you looked like hot dog vendors, but you know.
Or you get a mule and name it Canary and make it walk like 100 feet behind you.
Right.
And throw sticks at it so it keeps going and fetching the sticks.
Hey man, Peter's not gonna like that.
Oh no.
Just paint 1 stick of dynamite orange and then have it dangling in front of it on a fishing reel. They just keep following it. There you go. multi-use dynamite. Yeah, no, dynamite is a super awesome weapon in Deadlands. For a lot of reasons.
It's fun. It's crazy, but it's dangerous.
It seems like a good addition to our little crew.
Yeah,
you know?
Jeremiah definitely wants to turn himself into a fine red mist, is what I'm getting from him.
Obviously.
10 sticks of dynamite. But, yeah.
I have future plans.
Do you know if they pay in coin, though? Too?
Boy.
Yeah, he seemed a bit stingy.
Cash, green.
Well, now they didn't engage in any kind of negotiating or social conflict. All he said was dynamite, and his nipples got really hard. And like, he didn't say dynamite and $10 either. He said dynamite and whiskey. You know. Maybe he shouldn't be the one with the bargaining, but.
Joe's gonna look over at the mayor and kind of walk on up.
Yep.
Slap her hand on the table. Excuse me, sir, mister.
Yep.
My friend's telling me about a bargain you two struck up. About, dynamite. And, fixing your, mine infestation.
Yep.
If I was wanting to help him out, could I, perchance get paid and maybe not dynamite, but
Nope.
you don't even know what I'm
We
gonna
already
say.
struck a bargain there, mister.
No, you struck it with him. Not with me.
Exactly. And he looked
I
like
am
he
a
could
different-
handle himself. You don't even look like you grow stubble yet. I mean, shit. Why don't you go back there and talk to your buddy about getting a stick or two, partner? Hezekiah starts to stand up from the table. He doesn't like his
Now, mister, I know I might look like I can't handle myself, but I've seen my fair share of things I don't.
Wow, that was
about.
so
I'm just
convincingly.
watching this.
That
I
was
am
so
watching
convincingly
this.
described to
Hardcore,
me.
like sipping it, just watching the show in front of me.
How about this,
Just-
son? Why don't you come back when you start getting hair in funny places and thinking strange thoughts about the women folk and let us men get back to conversating about clearing these minds. Now, there ain't no sense in you getting your life taken before you done deflowered little Betsy Sue or whoever it is. So why don't you get on walking on and get on to that, and we'll get this here sorted.
You done?
Adults talking. Well, are you clearly done?
No, cause I can handle myself, and if I get killed, then so be it.
That's
But I can
fantastic.
handle myself,
I
and I'm a
I don't
man.
disagree with you. You can clearly handle yourself, but I already done hired my serv. Yeah, I mean, I've already struck a bargain with this feller.
I don't know if I like being called a servant. You're lucky Freud hasn't been around yet.
Right?
Like, oh,
Gonna slap you in my head.
If he gets a little too crazy, I'll step in, but
I'm just
Oh,
saying,
what?
you over here talking out the side of your neck about being able to take care of some shit I already done paid to have taken care of.
Yeah,
Now-
but if you want,
Had you
Make sure that
saddled,
you're
saddled up here in the initial exchange, perhaps you could have been a part of our detente. But coming in here after the fact, after we done spit and shook on it, that ain't how business is done. Any man would know that.
oh, I'm getting up. I'm getting up.
Oh, Joe. Cut his dick off.
What?
Cut it off.
Jeez.
Holy
0 to 100.
Mm.
So
sling!
Delilah finishes her drink, sets it down, walks forward, and would now be a good time to describe what Delilah looks like?
I reckon.
Yeah. All right. So Delilah's pretty tall, about 6'1".
Canonically,
God.
6'1".
Canonically.
Oh my, she's
Damn.
taller than Victoria?
Oh my gosh.
That's hot.
Throwing the dynamics off.
In
Oh my
in
gosh.
1800s time, by the way, she belongs in Wagon's End if she's 6'1". Like,
Hmm.
That's a big bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this
but,
with her boots on too? Or is this
yeah,
with them off?
it's with boots. It's with boots.
Okay.
yeah, but they're
all
platform
Probably like
boots, so
6.
she does the centaur lean, you know?
But she has like bright red hair, just very long, kind of pulled back into a braid. She has a white Stetson. I can never say that word. I'm so tired, guys. Cowboy hat. Let's just do it like that. And with a tooth of a giant creature that is sewn to it. She wears a long brown duster with a red bandana around her neck. And she's carrying a lot. But she kind of saunters forward and kind of leans on the table to the side. Do we have a problem right here?
No, ma'am, I can handle this, please.
Nah, I'm just, rendering services where services be rendered, and I'm reserving my right to refuse service where I'm refusing. So he points to the sign. And it says in wood burning, we reserve the right to refuse service to anybody, you know?
Yeah. So, question.
And hippies
About-
use the back door, is another one.
Yeah, question about, because one of the things with Texas Rangers is when they make a common knowledge check trying to figure out something about the law, they get a +2.
Right, because of the law
So
book. Yep.
I kind of want to see if there's anything I can kind of bring up that might give him a second thought to hear her offer, or
What now?
and not be a jerk.
What could possibly be illegal about him saying, "No, I'd rather not hire you. I've already hired
know.
somebody." That I
It's-
mean, there's
it's
nothing.
sexist. It's not that type.
He thinks it's a boy.
Yeah.
Joe's like 5'2" canonically, like.
Yeah,
she's
no.
A little pubescent
First
boy.
of all, it's not sexist because he doesn't realize Joe's even a girl at this point. He keeps referring to her as son because he just thinks she's like one, like a 14-year-old kid in here being like, "I'll do it, mister. I'm tough. Pay me some dynamite,"
Okay,
like, and then you're gonna show your badge and be like, "How about you hire that minor because I'm the law?" Like that? No, I mean, no. No, that's not.
I guess I'm trying to understand what's going on, but that's cleared up. I'm probably gonna say, look, if he doesn't want to hire you, I'm sorry, but I could use some help.
You paying?
Okay, a little bit.
Alright. Could take our business elsewhere. And then she'll just glare at the freaking mayor / taxidermist.
Don't act like you have money. Go run back to your folks now, son.
And then she'll probably like think, yeah, she's gonna go over to JD and with this tall giant.
Right, this Amazon fucking.
Yeah, it's Amazon Wonder Woman, yes. Redhead.
I mean, 6'1" in 18. I mean, Jesus Christ, she's the tallest lady I've ever seen.
JD is looking like straight into
How
your
tall
eyes.
is JD?
6'1".
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, I'm like
Okay,
6'4". I mean, that's comes
Okay,
up to like
Will,
hair on
alright,
me.
We get it.
You're tall, we get it.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, if I realized 6'1" women were an option, I probably wouldn't have gone with a 5'1" one. You know, that's just they're a rare
I'd say
breed.
that's
I'm
enough.
just saying, she's she's ducking under
Joe.
rafters and shit, you know. Ooh, moving the roof out the way. No, all right. So, what are you offering to pay them to do what now?
I basically am going to approach and say, well, it seems that we are on a similar track. You want to go see what's down in that mine, right?
Yeah.
He does, but I don't.
Just so happens I need to go in the exact area, and from what I learned about whatever's going on, going alone isn't always the best idea. So how about this? I let you guys help, and you don't speak a damn word about anything you see down there, and I will pay you quite a bit of money.
What are we talking here?
Well, ma'am, let me help. Ain't no one let me help, and I don't know how damn long. I'm a grown man, and he stands up and realizes that you're exactly as tall as him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both y'all
And then
ducking
Joe's
under
gonna-
the rafters.
Yeah.
Phineas walks
Joe's
in
gonna
at
look up
this
at him
point
like
in
Baby
full
Yoda.
Phineas gear.
You want
He,
a cup?
he's got his top hat on, his mustache is waxed, his tuxedo tails. He's surveying the room and looks a little disappointed with the crowd.
I had a contract with the mayor of this town to go into that mine, so maybe I'll let you help, and you don't say nothing about what you see.
Well, I mean, a mayor, that is quite powerful, but not as powerful as a Texas Ranger.
So wait, you're just gonna...
Flaunt.
You're immediately
She's
waving
useless.
your badge
Oh.
stick?
Oh yeah, she is. This is new. It's a shiny thing now. She hasn't gotten to wave it around.
Well, a couple of
Well-
things here. First off, right? Boy,
And I'm saying it quietly.
you is away from the Confederacy. And
Way
then,
west, though.
Oof.
secondly, yeah, all right, just let them know. Let your freak flag fly. Oh, she's the law.
I think JD's pretty intimidated because of coming from Texas and leaving in not such a great,
Right?
not leaving the local area in such a great place. He is kind of wondering if maybe she's after him.
Wow, the tables are turned on that one, huh? Right? Yeah.
He's gonna look at Joe, and then he's gonna look at Delilah and say, "Well, all right then. But my name's Stevenson, Mitch Stevenson." And he's gonna stare at Joe the whole time while he reaches out a hand.
I thought you said your name was Jeremiah, says Hezekiah.
His name was Jeremiah. Oh, that is mighty interesting.
You must have
That just seemed
misheard me, old man. I just got done saying my name was Mitch Stevenson, didn't I?
Well, I'm like 21, sir. What are you talking about?
You're a 21-year-old mayor?
No, that's Hezekiah said that.
Hezekiah.
Oh. I'm so confused.
Joe's gonna like elbow Hezekiah like in the gut. It's like,
Well,
I mean, no, that's fun. My name's Jeremiah. That's why I was confused. It was.
Yeah, I can see where the
yeah,
where the
you know.
confusion comes from, and I'll give him like a dirty look, and I'll look back. Ma'am, what was your name?
Private Delilah Abbott.
He's like running the ranks through his head.
I'm
Private.
sorry.
They're sending
Private?
private after me? In his head, not.
Right.
Like, I would have thought they'd send at least a corporal, sergeant. Or something. Well, it's nice to make your acquaintance. I'll be glad to follow an esteemed Texas Rangers such as yourself down into the mine.
It would be highly appreciated. You know, it's hard to find people that'll help someone out, and it would be sure wonderful to get a little help over here.
You can
Whatever
always
your
rely on
name
the
is.
kindness of strangers.
As they say, one ranger, one riot. So one ranger, one, hard ask for help from the first civilians I find to accomplish my,
She's new to this.
right?
This is like her first ever mission.
Oh,
Doesn't know.
wow. Greenhorn.
So, yeah, legit.
Well,
alright.
I'll tell you what. How about we meet you over at the mine entrance in about an hour? I gotta get my compatriots together and find accommodations for the night.
Alright.
I will quickly walk over and grab Joe by the arm and walk away.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
help myself.
Hezekiah, he's like, woman can walk herself.
I give a tip to the hat at Joe with like a little wink.
Hezekiah finishes his beer and then Joe's beer and then follows.
So once we get out of earshot, I'm gonna lean over and say, Joe, it's the goddamn Texas Rangers. I can't be around them. I left that place in a hurry and it wasn't pretty.
So you think she's after you?
Why else would a Texas Ranger be up here? I think they've been following me this whole time. Probably followed old, what's his name? Teddy.
Teddy? Yeah.
Oh,
Teddy Grisham.
my close nemesis. What's his name?
Old Teddy Grisham. You remember
He's
that man I
dead.
shot outside of Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe she's been following since then. That's the only thing that makes any sense.
So what you got to do then is you got to get her into the mine and
Use
kill
the
her.
dynamite. Was that Hezekiah?
No, he wouldn't think that. That's way too impure of a thought for him. But no, Bill Smithers would definitely. Well, I mean, if she's gonna be a problem, why don't you take her into the mine and go, "What's that over there?" and then shoot her in the back of the head.
Well, these are all great ideas, but
Blame it on the prairie ticks. Oh, it ate a bullet-sized hole into her brain.
Joe, just if you would, just watch my back. I don't trust nobody new, especially not a Texas Ranger.
I've always got your back.
Let's get this mining job done and get the hell out of here.
Think we could sell them dynamite too? I don't want my share.
Yeah,
It's not my style.
I'm sure we can. I just want some dynamite to pull out in situations that maybe warrant a little extra firepower. Now that we lost Eliza, you know what I'm saying.
Right. I think the need for a little extra firepower was probably pretty immediately apparent, given the fact that, again, for people that were not here last week, she was torn in half by a tentacle made of corpses, a glom of 12 individual bodies, thrust 6 or so of them out of its back at her.
She was the only one that was able to really wound it, honestly.
Which is why it attracted her ire. For players of Savage Worlds, cover is a great idea.
And I considered it with those pillars that were in there, but
The pillars that I painstakingly placed at strategic points that nobody... No, watch the footage. It's real. Everybody stands around in a circle and goes, "Hey, it's not dying!" Blam, 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 blam. Like, it's real bad.
Close.
It's true.
I tried to run a little.
Mic off. Mic on.
But, so, the skinny Are you what's the plan, guys?
I'm gonna show up at the mine in an hour.
Yep.
You're gonna show up at the mine in an hour. That seems reasonable.
All right.
I'm gonna go see if we can find Victoria. Yep.
Is my prayer done? Am I good to go?
Yeah. No, it's been about an hour. They've been in there.
All right. Anything new happened to you boys?
Well, you could say that.
No.
I don't know if,
Ranger danger.
That has to be the name of the episode now. That
Oh
has to
my
be the name of the episode.
I'm not sure if it alarms you or not, but there is a Texas Ranger in town, and well, I sort of agreed to assist clearing
Yeah.
out the mine.
It alarms me, says Phineas.
How so?
Not everything in this wagon is strictly, you know, above board.
Well,
Above
the faster we clean this damn mine out, the faster we can get out of this town and away from the laws.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing a performance here at all. There's a Texas Ranger here and about 8 people.
Yeah, it ain't worth it. But
We're gonna have to move on to Room Laner, probably, but... Now, what did you say about a job, though?
well, they got a bit of an infestation at the mine.
What kind of an infestation?
Hey, Joe, you remember what them ticks? Prairie ticks. That's what they was.
Prairie ticks? In a
Yeah,
mine?
you ever heard of such a thing?
I have, yeah, but, I mean, they generally... I mean, my understanding is that they hang out in pastures. They burrow into the soft earth there and wait for cattle to come by. I ain't never heard of no prairie ticks in a... I mean, it's in the name, right? Prairie tick. You don't find prairie dogs in a mine shaft.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Well-
if they're in the mine, would that mean that there's no cattle in the prairie, so they're hunting on miners?
It could be. I don't know a ton about them. Just that they about as big as 2 fists put together. And that they got a couple of hooks that they use to pry your mouth open and climb down your throat.
Ugh.
Well,
Okay.
as long as they
is
die
there
when you shoot them.
They do. They're hard to hit. They're fast little bastards.
Any recommendations to armor us, or what we should heed?
Fire? Maybe cover your mouths. I don't know. It's gonna be
Noted.
dark as hell in a mine too, I imagine, if they ain't working it.
You got a lantern that we can borrow?
Not that isn't combustible, I'm afraid.
Well, maybe combustible can work in our favor.
It depends on what they mining in there, friendo.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll set this whole town up if they're mining that green stone.
Gonna be one of those fucking hell towns in Pennsylvania. You know, where a coal mine fire has been burning for 50 years or whatever. We actually drove through
That
there.
I do know.
Yeah. The whole town, there's just 2 houses now that they've refused to sell, and the rest of it's condemned. And you can go spots
Right.
and touch the ground, and it's warm, right? They've got all the stuff where it's like, you know, burning and, you know, fumes are coming up roped off, but you can literally, like, oh yeah, this whole town is sitting literally above hell. Yeah, so... Thusly, the, you know, combustible, anything that would spark, you know, if there's coal dust in there, let's say it's a coal mine, that's one thing, that's bad enough. If it's a ghost rock mine, right, that's a whole other fucking can of worms, isn't it? It's a little far east for a ghost rock mine, but that doesn't mean they don't hit on it out here sometime.
Alright, so we need something to light our path that isn't combustible, something to protect our mouths, and I guess that's pretty much it.
So Delilah, you overheard them talking about prayer. Oh, never mind. Ha! Poof.
You ain't hear shit.
Delilah has disappearulated. There she is. Like right when you address her, you know.
Right. Okay.
There she is. All right. So, you heard him hiring them out for prairie ticks, right?
Yeah, I doubt that's actually what's going on.
That's a weird fucking way to pronounce nose ferret, isn't it? Like, what the fuck's a nose ferret anyway?
What the fuck is a nose ferret?
But that's, you know, that's not information you have shared with anybody because that was your debriefing that there was a nose ferret here that miners were getting it up. You need to go clear it out the hole.
Yep. Whoa, computer, what are you
Right?
doing?
Yeah, everybody tonight is...
Its days are numbered so bad right now. Like, I'm upgrading as soon as I can.
I feel that same.
Yes.
That's good. Then we'll all play Red Dead together. Red Dead.
Yes.
Can't wait.
They're releasing Moonshine and as a profession on Friday. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna brew some shine.
Oh.
But yep. You guys want to meet out front of the mine then?
Yep.
That's the idea. Everybody gonna be in attendance.
Yep.
Yeah, my plan is that I would get there a little bit early to kind of scout out what I could at the mouth of the mine.
No.
No? Not okay.
Not okay. Unacceptable.
Okay.
You go there early and you are crushed by a falling rock. It comes out of nowhere. It rolls 92 points of damage. It just insta-gives you. No, that was last week.
That was
This-
last week. Please don't have that happen this week.
It's
I
just,
worked really hard on this character.
it's just like 150 yards away from all the buildings, the mouth of this mine here. It is black stone that leads into just a pit of pitch blackness. Nice out here, you know. There's some mine carts, a little bit of track. Nothing out of the ordinary. Broad daylight, probably about 3:30, 4 in the afternoon now. Nice blue skies and puffy white clouds. In the 60s, you know, it's a little brisk, but not too chilly. I mean, wear a coat if you want, not really required.
That works.
Yeah, I've always got a duster. Because it's cool.
Well, yeah. It'd be 90 degrees, you'd be like,
Pour it
right?
down, look
Yeah.
cool.
Had that.
And I've got Eliza's pantalones or whatever.
Oh God.
Oh, you didn't bury them? Are you wearing her bloomers?
What?
Yeah.
You creep. Oh my
Such
god.
a
He's wearing them under the...
I'm joking.
It's just her bloomers and his
It's
assless
not the
chaps.
weirdest thing that's
Just...
happened to Eliza.
I'm
but
gonna
it's
wrap
up
them
there.
around your neck.
No, he's literally wearing them under his ashless chaps. It's just Eliza's bloomers.
Perfect.
He's got like pirate legs and then ashless chaps. Like, but yeah, no.
God.
Wait, guys. During this time, I can't
Assless
remember
chaps.
because I'm not that smart. Did miners wear anything to protect them from like breathing in dust? I don't think so,
No.
but
Or
is
maybe
there?
bandana.
They still don't really, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, true.
That's why they all died of black lung.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my red bandana out over my face. Though.
Right. That'll stop a
Yeah.
prairie tick for sure.
Yep. Definitely.
I'm also gonna chew nails, just in case.
2 nails, that
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah, just mouthful of nails. Ah!
Like jokes on you, prairie
Just-
dog.
Oh! It just
Pieces
forces
of
the
glass and
just
old
forces
nails.
the nails down your throat with it. My God.
God.
All right, so are you guys
I'll
officially
pull
then
mine up
going?
to
to go into the mine.
Yep.
I wanted to look on the outside to see if there were any kind of track type thing.
Nope. I mean,
Okay.
there's some signs of some light industry, right? It's hard to tell. The ground's stamped down real well.
Gotcha. Well, as we enter, I'm gonna be looking on the ground, like, looking to see if I can track, like, a different kind of track, or, to see, anything I can find that would be, like, residue from these kind of creatures, things like
There is. Give me a notice. No, give me a tracking roll.
that. Okay. God, there are so many skills. Okay.
So interesting to note is that no, there are no insectoid, tracks, no chitinous bits anywhere, no webbing, no little scrabbles, nothing that your guidebook, indicates you would see. Your handy dandy Texas Ranger guide to the supernatural.
Yeah.
And you will be D today because she's nuts. No, because Delilah.
Oh gosh.
I mean, she has balls as big as church
Are we-
bells, but I guess that's
It's all
a different
it's
thing.
all in the delivery. You got me.
Alright.
Is there a lantern on the outside or just inside that we can cure?
There is not.
How about a stick?
Yeah, I mean, you can pick up a stick for sure.
All right.
Wait,
I'm
are you
gonna
gonna
rip up-
Helen Keller your ass through here?
I'm gonna rip up Eliza's underwear
Bloomers?
and light them on fire.
They
around the
whoosh.
stick.
I mean, they go right up. No. Are you gonna burn her bloomers as a torch? Is that what you're saying? I mean, because this is.
We need light. Yeah.
First of all, I thought we
I-
buried her bloomers
We did. I'm
canonically.
joking
Okay.
I
about that.
thought we did too.
I hope we did, because. I mean, maybe check Gary's luggage, but.
Seeing as there's a light problem,
Uh huh.
so, I guess, she doesn't really want to do this in front of everyone, so.
Because you gotta have
maybe
faith,
she's-
faith. Gotta have faith.
Praise
Jesus!
the Lord!
Could you light up my
Amen.
gun
Hallelujah.
so that it shines like the sun? Yeah, no.
This little light of mine.
Right, yeah, no.
But,
Are you gonna
she's
ask little baby
basically-
Jesus to cast a
Please, little
spell
baby
for you?
Jesus. Please, God, let there be light.
Sweet little
Uh,
2-pound,
at
8-ounce
church.
baby Jesus just
Laying
in the manger. Alright, so the Texas Ranger is gonna say a prayer over the proceedings before you interlopulate into the
Yes.
minicular region. So let's go ahead and get that faith. 'Cause you
I
gotta
don't
have
know if it
faith.
adds the conviction to it.
We'll find out.
but We'll see. We'll find out. Shit.
About to find the
'Cause
fuck out.
Jesus. What would people say if they knew Eliza was a Jesus freak?
So 7.
Yep. Does not add conviction. Inconvictulated. So
Yep.
yeah, you have passed. Well, now that dependulates on the spell you're trying to cast, because it is set at a relative difficulty inverse to its relative difficulty, starting with a -2, I want to say, and working its way up.
Yeah, I think that -2's for season, 0's for novice, and like -4's for vet. I believe. From what I read last night. From the bless section. I have the rulebook up.
Oh, it's fine. I just need to know the spell.
Oh, it's light.
Excellent.
It's basic ass bitch light.
Yes, and then what are you lighting?
I'm gonna light up my hat as though it's like a glowing halo of light.
So your
in
white
this
cowboy
dark,
hat. Wah, is what you're
Yes.
saying. All right. So
Yes.
her head lights up after she prays for a second. Hey, Joe. She gets
That's
down
okay,
on her
great.
knees and goes, "Sweet little preemie Jesus,
No.
Nick, little 1 pound 4 ounce Nick, you baby Jesus."
This is what she said.
Hooked up to the
She would,
machine.
she would say, "Dear Lord, I must devote myself to you, and the way I can get rid of these god-awful heathen-like creatures is to be able to see your way and see your light. So please grant upon me a wondrous light of you, O Lord."
And then her hat goes,
God.
"Wah." But it flicks on like one of those, tube lights, the bit, bah. Yeah.
Well, as soon as she
Granted,
starts
my
singing,
child.
My dear Lord,
Right.
Joe's gonna be like, I'm gonna head.
Right, yeah, well, time to mosey on that there, Dustin. Yeah, there's the constant low buzz from her hat, just meh. And it's that shitty quality light too, you know what I'm saying? That kind of gives you the headache behind your eyes after you spend 8 hours in it. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
No, but
Oh,
her hat is lit up, which is kind of shitty if you're trying to use it as a means to. So everybody else, it's great. Imagine if your flashlight was shining in all directions and it sat on your head right above your eyeballs, right? Like that's not.
Well, that's what headlamps are.
Well, yeah, but they're directional, right? This light is coming
Okay,
out of
true.
all.
It's like out. It's all out.
Oh, so the underside doesn't cast
Yeah.
light then? Okay. Well, now
I
the
don't
Lord
know.
says
It's up to
you're going to
you,
have
Joe.
more specificity with your requests because
You
could
What-
have done it your bad.
what little Nick you baby Jesus heard there was that you wanted your whole hat to glow with the glory of God to light the path.
No, not like that. But like so it was usable. Gotta be more
Thanks
particular.
a lot,
baby.
God.
And we need your PowerPoints
Oh,
and
man.
all
Do
that
not
too.
say the Lord's name in vain. How
We-
god awful are you?
Oh, you
God,
just,
I
oh shit. Well,
Oh fuck. Oh, gotta
sinning.
get rid of her powers.
No, I'm serious though. The hat dims when she says god awful. Like, boom. Literally, you cannot fuck around.
I cannot.
She can't curse. She can't drink.
Goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't drink, can't curse, can't
Well,
everything that makes me
So
merry.
totally not saying
I was gonna say,
Fuck.
next time we go to a tavern and there's something sexist going on, there goes your powers.
Right. Yeah. Bloop. Ah. Well, and there's crisis of faith too, which is fucked up. She could lose religion forever. It's fun.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. Use
But-
a lot
So
less.
totally not under her breath. Victoria looks over to JG. So this was the large woman you were afraid of?
Well,
Well,
I wouldn't say
I mean,
I'm afraid.
This giantess with the glowing. She lost connection altogether. That's fun.
Oh no. Yeah.
Hey, but she's frozen smiling at least, you know, so, alright, so, you guys are in a fucking mine shaft, and you're all dead.
I'm gonna pick her up and use her as a torch if she doesn't
Right,
do that.
just,
I
well
hate
now,
my internet.
if she's 6'1", she gotta weigh 200 pounds, that's a hell of a torch, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, I'll lay her on the ground and roll her.
Right,
No.
you just take the hat off and just toss it 10 feet in front of you, I mean, no. No, it definitely
What is it
makes
with
more
you
sense.
objectifying women, literally.
Right, yeah, no, that's literally, yeah,
They're
there's not even,
objects.
yeah.
What can you do?
I'm gonna wave her about like a torch.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
the light comes on. I'm sure, we've dealt with Eliza. We're not too
Right.
freaked
Well,
out.
this is
But
Jesus,
this is
so it's
light
okay.
magic. This is Jesus magic. It's like sparkles.
It is. No, and whenever
Alright.
she gets in the sunlight, it's like somebody doused her in glitter.
Lady, so these nice gentlemen did not give me your name.
Well, it's nice to meet you. My name is Private Delilah Abbott.
It's lovely to meet you, Delilah. I'm Victoria. So you heard that we're dealing with prairie ticks?
He leads with private all the time, says Hezekiah. It's a little much.
It's something like
Just
that.
boot
something
things,
like
you know
it.
what I'm saying? She elbows JD there, yeah.
Something like that.
Probably still wears her
What do you-
bar. Singular.
What do you mean, something like that?
Well, you can never be too sure if you haven't seen it with your eyes. But that's what I suspect, that they're prairie ticks.
Sure.
Is somebody killing an animal?
Making a
That's what I
great
was wondering. Is
impression.
that
That is
Siren
not
Escape?
part of my soundtrack. Like, wait a minute.
God, hold on.
Is that Prairie Tick?
Crying. Yes, my little prairie tick is crying, apparently. Alice just loves to sing the song of her baby time. So, Alice, will you lay down? You gotta lay down. Okay, she should be fine. If she makes more noise, I will get her out of the room. So, yeah, so we're gonna continue forward, and, I'm just gonna do my tracky and, survival checks throughout to figure out where we're going.
I want to go up to
Mysterious.
the crossroads there and then take a listen.
Yep. Give me a notice roll. It sounds echoes strangely throughout the whole of the place. And it should be mentioned now that, you guys, the map starts here after you're 15 minutes into the mine or so.
Can you open the map again?
No, I refuse explicitly and implicitly. Only one map reveal. Now you have to use the theater of the mind.
But I'll go up next to JD and give a look, see where we're going.
There are two options. You could go this way, or you could go this way.
Is there so it's just left and right? Is one like descending and one like ascending?
No, it's a mine. It's pretty relatively flat. They have shafts vertical.
As far as what I know about the nose spirit, I guess what qualities would it like to possess in a home type thing?
Dark. He said something about you gotta shoot it in the heart.
Okay.
It don't like sunlight, none too much.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, you can go left or right. What do y'all think?
I think we go right.
Is there any kind of like wind or anything?
Is there
Any
wind in the mine? No, there is no wind.
Isn't that a thing? Like.
In caves more than mines, right? You'll get. There can be some wind in mine chests due to thermal exchange, right? Like, it gets warmer the lower you go, but this one isn't all that expansive like that.
Okay.
It does appear as though this is a coal mine, though.
Okay.
Given the blackness of everything.
So I guess as Delilah walks forward, she's just going to say, my papa told me all kinds of stories about some of these creatures that can be in the mind. Some of them have to be shot in the heart, others in the head. It's kind of amazing, all the different things you need to know, but just a word of advice.
If you see any of these prairie ticks, shoot them in the heart, is what she just told you.
Yeah. I'll shoot them somewhere, that's for sure. Where's their heart located? What do these things even look like?
Yeah, what does a prairie tick look like? Delilah?
What does a prairie tick look like? That's a good freaking question.
Well, they're asking you, the expert.
I know! I'm trying to think of what a prairie tick looks like.
Hezekiah is here, of course. With his rifle butt club.
I legit don't know what they look like from lore. I have no idea what they look like.
Well, I mean, these people need an answer, so, I mean, you're gonna have to make something up on the fly.
I'm gonna make something,
What do prairie ticks look like?
What do prairie,
So they can spot them and shoot them, because you're in a mine hunting prairie ticks right now, so,
right?
Go.
Alright, so they're these little creatures. They like to slither and get under the dirt, and then they pop right up and they go into your face, and then they try to burrow a hole in your face. They go through your mouth, go through your tummy, and burst out like it's Christmas Day.
All you have done is repeat the facts that I have explained about prairie ticks. You haven't described what they look like.
Yeah, none of that was visual.
I need a visual description of prairie tick.
You need to know where to shoot.
Right, yeah. You told him shoot them in the heart, so where's the heart and what do they look like?
They're these slug-like creatures that they can burrow with their claws. They're almost like a little dog.
Wait, they're slug-like creatures with claws that are almost like a dog.
It would be a prairie tick.
Alright, so guys, you want to look out for dog slugs with claws that they burrow with. And where is the heart on these dog slugs?
In the middle.
It just smack there, right in the middle of the dog slug is its heart. And that's a prairie tick in a nutshell. Prairie tick, right? That's Bob's your uncle, prairie ticks. Just
Oh, God.
It's in the centricular region of its general, mucus-covered slug body.
She's trying to describe it. She's looking through her pamphlet.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So first off, it's a legal pamphlet. Yeah. No, clearly you don't. And second of all, if I was guessing, I would have gone with like a tick but larger. But I mean, like you do you.
Slug, like a sluggy tick bug thing. Like
so wait. Wait, all right. We gotta park the bikes and walk for a second here. Because I said, describe a tick to me, and you said, it's like if you took a slug and combined it with a dog. That's what you said. You fucking said, if you took a slug and combined it with a dog. So I'm the artist, right? Let's say this prairie tick stole your purse, right? And I'm trying to come up with the composite. Right, I'm like, all right, we got it. And you're looking for large tick. It's a bug with insectoid legs and a back that fills with blood, right? Larger than normal is how. But slug dog, right? Like, so I'm seeing like a terrier with like antenna and shit, and it doesn't really have teeth. It just kind of rasps on leaves, right? Like.
My tired brain was describing what I thought a nose ferret looked like instead of the fucking prairie tick for some reason.
Wait, that's what you think a nose ferret is?
Yes,
that's even worse.
So you were wrong on both accounts.
Wow. Okay. So no matter what happens, gang, just know that she was she was dead wrong. And by the way, that ticks look like slug dogs. So that's an established fact now.
Or they're tick.
It's canon.
Canon,
It's
canonically.
canonically.
If I ever
Sorry,
go to the
guys.
doctor's office and I'm like, man, I've been real sleepy recently and my appetite's been all fucked up, and they say, well, were you bit by anything? And I say, yeah, it kind of looked like a slug dog, right? They're gonna.
Alright.
I mean, they're gonna give me
get it.
shots in the stomach and
get
shit, you know? Like, you're going in, that's impatient. I got bit by a slug dog.
Fucking tick, okay?
Alright.
Giant fucking tick.
Right, moving on though. So, this woman, after
Alright.
revealing she was a Texas Ranger, has just described what you are hunting as canonically slug dogs.
Yep. We're going right.
And
I'm
then
shooting
she's
anything
gonna
looks like a
flip through the
slug.
book and go like, oh wait, no, it's a tick.
It's not, your book's on law. It's not on wackadoo creatures.
I thought they had wackadoo creatures.
I mean, you have some knowledge about wackadoo creatures, but
That's what
only
I-
as they pertain to your assignment. And
That's
what you
why
got,
I was wondering.
what you got from this one is that the fella said it was a nose ferret, right? That it sucked people dry, and that you
Okay.
need to get that done handled.
Okay, well, we're just gonna shoot things that move, so it's
Right,
fine.
right. Just, it looks like
Alright.
anything that moves in here, mister.
I'm sorry, I did not properly prepare for the lore.
Awkward.
Do y'all remember if the mayor
Bad.
said this mine's cleared out?
Sure sounds cleared out. And stable.
Totally.
Yeah, I think maybe we
Cool.
just stick together and anything that's in
Yeah.
here we'll consider.
As the
slug
marshal,
dog.
I think it only makes sense to split the party. You know, you got to take the only
That's
people
true.
with healing skills go left, and only people with aggressive skills go right. You know.
Boys go the other way.
I mean that just
Yep.
makes sense.
Yeah. Hezekiah
Yeah.
says, I'm going wherever Lucy's going. Although at this point, people have called her Joe quite a few times, and he still hasn't caught on.
Well, his name is Jeremiah for this trip anyway.
Hezekiah. Oh, yeah, no, Jeremiah. That's right. I'm Jeremiah. Jeremiah Thatcher.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
walk
just
up.
Keep moving before I die of.
I'm
what just happened.
Hezekiah Thatcher. Shit. Jerichiah. What are you trying to notice there? Him rattling off the wrong name over and over again?
No, as I walk to the right, I'm listening out for slug dogs.
No slug dogs.
Like, do you hear them slurping across the floor, or do they
I'm
bark?
already so
Alright.
embarrassed.
It just sounds like somebody just plugging one of those containers of putty, you know what I'm saying? Just blort, blort, blort.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna.
Whoa, what's that? You guys, you hear that? Slug dogs.
I'm gonna sneak poorly up to this corner here.
I wanna be doing survival next following.
Boy, you sure snuck poorly. That rock noise was you slipping on the loose floor there. Guys, you hear that, Hezekiah? That don't sound like no slug dog to me.
God damn it! I'm gonna die.
That
I'm
don't sound like no
gonna die.
tick neither.
She tried her best,
Oof.
and you know.
Oh my God, Jeremiah Decker, you stumble blindly into a stalactite.
Damn it,
By the
Delilah!
way,
Can you get up here with a light?
y'all are moving ahead on your own. You're not even. You guys are just going like willy nilly in one direction, not even communicating. So let's like.
I'm doing
Hezekiah is maybe you stay back here, Lucy. It sounds pretty scary up there.
But I want to make tracking rolls to see if I can find what this any kind of animal track or things like that as
Yeah,
we're going
well,
along.
go ahead, give me a tracking roll.
Okay. Cause Jesus.
There are a bunch of footprints here. Strange thing is, most of them are work boots, right? On a roll of 11, that much is apparent. One of them's barefoot.
Barefoot?
Yeah, barefoot human.
Okay, I
Poor-
want to pay
poor
attention
miner.
to that.
Poor miner. Mm-hmm.
Because that is suspicious in my mind.
You know what it
'Cause
is?
apparently now that
Them
the
slug dogs,
pretty
they've
face,
fashioned them
they got
fake
me.
feet to throw us off the trail. Wow, Jeremiah,
Okay,
thank you for
let's
that.
Go. Let's fucking go.
Jeremiah, you stumble over a desiccated corpse.
Of a.
Human.
What did I
Ugh.
just say about going ahead?
Well, somebody's
Maybe-
got to go ahead.
Keep your voice down, probably.
Uh,
That could have helped too.
Y'all ever seen a body look like this after just a couple of days of the mine being
I want
shut
to check that guy out.
yeah, it is super withered. Strange thing is, something has reached in and tore out its heart. Right? Heart has several puncture wounds in it, and I'm going to need a notice roll from everybody.
I look at Hezekiah and I'm like, point to it. Must have been a woman, huh?
What?
Oh, the trait roll was a natural one.
Tore out his heart.
Oh, yeah, some of them is mean. That's why you just gotta find you the right one, mister.
Oh, Hezekiah.
Indeed.
But, now I'm gonna need a common knowledge roll from Victoria Valadez Roja. You can also give me a medicine roll if you would like, Victoria.
Okay, let's see which one's higher. Wait, is healing medicine?
Yeah, in this case, yeah.
Oh, tight.
Tighten up, bro.
Sorry.
So yeah, this heart was definitely ripped out of the body. Interesting. Not a drop of goddamn blood anywhere. Not on the body, not in the heart, not on the clothes, not on the ground, not dried and splattered on the walls.
Odd.
Under Delilah's breath, she's just gonna say, gosh, it was a nose ferret.
So, first off, that is the very last time I'm gonna let you swap a
know.
god for gosh,
Thank you.
right? And
I will be
secondly, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be goddamn hard with us cursing up a storm over here.
I know,
You're gonna lose your powers so fucking
I
much.
know. I'm
Just
gonna do this.
never
I'm
talk in
gonna do
character.
this.
Right, never
Never
talking.
Yeah, just never talk.
That was out of character. That was out of character, I swear.
I just said it in a southern accent
Right?
for
Yeah. It was out of
dramatic
character.
effect.
Well, sometimes when I get stressed out, it's an affectation, right? Yeah, no. So, yeah.
So that notice
Will,
is
does
to
the
hear.
body look withered or dried?
Yeah, dried. Like all the fluids is sucked out of it.
Is it brittle?
Oh, well, that would explain the blood, I
Like
guess, but-
almost mummified. The skin is still like solid. It's just leathery, you know.
Oh.
We're dealing with something worse than I thought it was. It's
What
called
do
a
you
nose
think it
ferret.
is?
It's
called
got-
a nose.
It's called a nose ferret.
What in the hell is a nose ferret?
Yeah, why don't you explain what a nose ferret is to everybody now that you have this?
Is it a slug dog?
Well, that's what she was describing when she
I
thought.
know.
So yeah, yeah. What is a nose ferret, Delilah?
Well, from what I know of what it does, it.
No, describe to us what it looks like.
I'm trying, but I have to think of what it does to figure out what it looks like. Give me a minute. Jeez. God.
Just describe a ferret nose. It'd be okay.
Yeah, It's a ferret-like creature. That I'm trying, guys. I have no idea about this lore. I know absolutely nothing. So give me a break a little bit, guys, because I have no idea how this stuff works. Honestly,
She's just became a Texas Ranger. This is her first mission.
Literally.
But
So
she
just
has
give me a
positioned
freaking
herself
break.
as an authority. Thusly is being treated like the authority on these matters. So, the
I'll
nose
do the best
ferret
I
is a
can,
ferret-like creature that climbs inside one's nostrils and takes over its body like a meat puppet. What does a nose ferret do?
It said that it burrowed into a person, and then it sucked it dry, and then it took the heart out.
I don't think anybody said that. I mean, that's going out on a limb there a little. That's like a combination of a prairie tick and the description of the nose ferret. You're mixing beastie metaphors. But yes.
I understand, but I have no idea. I am literally sitting here having no idea what these creatures are.
So it's a nose ferret. It's a ferret-like
creature
creature that burrows into people, drains their fluids, and then steals their heart.
That's what I'm going off of. That is my thought process of what they are.
Well, that sounds terrible.
Was low.
Oh God. Can I relook at the nose cavities of this person?
Yeah, you definitely can. They do not seem like a ferret-sized creature has climbed inside them and done anything, but...
So it wasn't changed or cracked open?
No, nothing like that.
That is terrifying. Unpleasant.
Give me a notice roll, though. Could I make a survival roll on the body to figure out
how to eat it? Like...
No,
like a survival roll kind of pertains to, like, you know, to the survival. You know, it'd be like, let's make a camp, let's start a fire in the rain, let's, like, make this palatable for everybody.
I just meant survival-wise of looking over the body. You know what, never mind, we'll just continue forward.
Yeah, I think that's more like a medical thing.
Yeah.
Or healing.
So, yeah, let's continue forward.
He failed that notice roll. However, Jeremiah succeeded on a notice roll that he didn't get credited for. There are 2 puncture wounds on the neck of the body. You missed it at first because the skin is, you know, wrinkled up, pruny-like. Like, you know, jerky.
Is this a chupacabra? Is that what a nose ferret is?
What?
Down there in Mexico, they talk about this chupacabra.
Some kind of ghost fucker or goat fucker.
Yeah, goat sucker. It's like
it's much larger and bloodier, if that's what you're wondering. But
it's like
it's just clean.
Yeah.
Goat vampire.
This would be way too clean for a chupacabs.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it looks like this unfortunate soul got sucked dry. Maybe looking for something little. Keep your eyes open. You have to shoot him in the heart. That's the most I know.
So, out of character, why does it sound like vampires are coming?
That's what
Well, now, you're not, first of all, you ain't fighting no vampire, you're fighting one of them, what's they call them, nose ferret? What's that, is it a...
dogs.
Is it a Nosferatu, nose ferret?
Can I make a common knowledge check?
I never put that together.
Yeah.
You have some sort of fucking idea, like to figure out what's going on.
Did you not? Can you not hear Bowser? I mean.
I know. I'm trying to process things. I'm getting in my head. So.
Did you hear what he just said? A nose ferret. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's one of them whatchamacallits. It's one of them nose ferrets.
That's awesome.
Nose ferratus, you know? Nose ferret.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. God, I feel so
Oh my
stupid
Fuck
right now.
me.
So do I.
feel
Now
like
that
an
he.
absolute idiot.
Yeah, they don't, you shoot them in the heart, they ain't much caught into the sunlight. One of them nose ferrets, you know the ones. Bleeding folks dry, they draining them out there in the mines. You gotta go take care of that. Yeah, no, I know. This whole episode.
Literally.
Yeah, I love it. I love
over
it.
my head, I'm thinking it's this tiny freaking creature. I have no idea
Right,
what's going
vampire
on.
hissing in the background,
Yeah.
like I'm describing a vampire and like literally, I know, he's right, just literally hanging upside down, talking about creatures of the night, you know.
Welcome to the mine. Yeah.
I did literally everything but name it by name. Sunlight through the heart, like all of it. We walked through Vampire about 600 ways, and everybody was like, what
You
the
called
fuck
it a
is a
ferret.
nose ferret? I love it.
It didn't make sense.
If
You
you
called it a
think...
ferret. I'm thinking, this little.
If
thing.
you think your
Yeah.
rural Colorado Texas Ranger branch office supervisor is a man that's like, yes, clearly this is a Nosferatu. It's a creature from 17th century. Now he go, yeah, that's one of them nose ferrets. You know, shoot it in the heart. Don't much cotton to the sun.
Here's the thing, at least now we
Jeez.
know, and I can move forward with thinking that just because
Right.
it sounds like a certain thing doesn't mean it is, like, literal. It's
Right.
I'm learning
something
so
else,
much with this
so-
game.
Yeah, what, I mean, a
Oh,
nose...
God,
What would have a
man.
nose ferret look like? I mean, shit, I need to add that to the bestiary. I'm submitting it. Nose ferrets.
Yep.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Please.
All right.
Okay,
so
but
you
why
see
would
this
Nosferatu
corpse.
need with a heart?
It's
So
a
I-
snack.
I'll
Well,
save that for my
or,
brain.
why don't you give me an occult role? Have we established now it's a vampire? Do people know in character it's a vampire?
Well, I
I
certainly
think
know it's
so.
either a
I feel like
chupacabra
in
or a
character
vampire.
we started making the slow connections like Nosferret, Blydrud, Sunlight,
Yeah, and I think it's gonna
hit the
be
heart.
Alright.
Like, Delilah just has this vision of like her father.
Her
up
cheeks
there.
go as red as her hair when she realizes it's a Nosferatu. It looks like a slug dog, everybody. I just want you to remember, for
Well,
the forever long, 20 sessions from
I'm
now,
gonna die.
slug
Well,
dog.
Stop.
Nosferatu does kind of have a sluggish appearance to him.
I'm like,
That whole,
our gang name's gonna be the Slug Dogs.
When
Slug
you just
dog,
go
slug
die in a
dogs.
hole. Oh my god.
Ay. Yeah, you don't know.
Yep.
Cool. Are these vampires? Are they considered like?
It's no
Are they something that Joe would like?
Would
Is
you
it
believe in a vampire? No.
Yeah.
No, factually, no.
Okay.
So
These creatures
Delilah,
like this, so no.
Delilah's just gonna go like just pale.
I need occult rolls from everybody.
I don't have a cult.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that is.
Oh my god.
So one thing I didn't take.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Joe's not gonna get into cult room.
Hey,
there you
what's
go.
up?
Hey!
Delilah!
Well, you did read the
Wow.
you did pay attention in, Vampire Day or whatever.
Story.
Uh,
All
so-
that stories.
You know a couple of things about Nosferatu. One, that you cannot kill them outside of the heart wound or sunlight exposure for several rounds, right? I believe we described it as 4:30 in the PM, right? And we are in the late fall in the year of 1880 here, which means that, oh boy, I mean, direct sunlight, you guys, maybe an hour. I said about 20 minutes into the mine. Uh-oh, right? Oh, we're putting all these together now, aren't we? All these wheels are starting. Oh shit, right? And then you also know that if a Nosferatu or a nose ferret, if you will, kills an individual, they become a nose ferret, right? And if a nose ferret wanted to kill an individual and not make another nose ferret, right, that they would have to destroy its heart.
Okay, everything makes sense now, and at least we're finally getting towards. Okay, I feel less like I'm dying inside. Okay, so I'm gonna be like, they sent me here for this. Delilah is just gonna be. We are dealing with
A nose
monster.
ferret.
A nose ferret.
It looks like a slug dog.
It's not a slug dog. God dang, gosh.
Oh,
It's been such a rough night, guys. I'm trying my hardest.
yeah,
right
no,
now.
it's a little rough. All right, that is the very last god. The very, I mean, because, man, you don't want to be fighting those slug dogs without your powers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we also need to get your power points up and all that, too. We haven't done that, but...
There are no power points for Bless.
Don't you... really? You don't have a pool at all? It just keeps going until you fail? Hallelujah.
Until you fail your crisis or your faith rolls.
I thought there was a daily pool still for them, but... Amen. Alright, never mind. Moving on.
Their spells are limited. Is the thing. They can only cast,
well,
like...
Delilah, how about you go ahead and take the lead since you have the light and all. Jeremiah ain't fucking around with no vampires.
It's going to look like a man.
A
Only
slug dog man. It's gonna look like a slug dog millionaire.
Move on.
I can't because slug dog was. It was just the descriptor. It's fine though. All right, moving on. All right, moving ahead. Move ahead then. Let's.
I'll take point and I'm gonna go forward. I am tracking for like the bare feet type look.
Yeah, they're all over here.
No. Okay. Is there one area that's traversed the most?
I mean, it's back and forth and. Give me a tracking roll though.
Okay.
Yeah, can't make heads or tails of it.
Just one of those days.
You do notice that some of the footprints seem to go right up the wall though.
Y'all keep an eye out on the ceiling. We've got a climber.
Alright.
As a slug dog, it can adhere to many surfaces.
I'm just gonna ignore it. Keep going forward. Delilah is just gonna say a Hail Mary to herself to center and calm herself.
Joe, I need a guts roll to keep you from dry heaving from all the religious exposure. No, it's...
It's fine, I level up. Do it.
It's fine. Hezekiah is blocking your ears. Earmuffs, my sweet.
Before we left the body, I would have said a prayer of, basically to hope this soul rests in peace and that God is watching over them before the body. So, but then she will continue forward. So we can't really figure out which way to go. Maybe I don't want to go deeper in case it can like come up behind us. maybe clearing out the lower section here first. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we can head south.
All right.
Yeah.
Good call
Sounds like
there.
a cat, that thing.
Right?
A
Here,
really
here,
mean
slug
cat.
kitty. Wasn't a slug dog at all. It was a slug cat.
Hey, Jeremiah's gonna light another cigar.
Right.
That way, when the light goes
So
out,
we're all
we
being
can have
like
that
quiet and
cinematic.
sneaky, right? At least
Yes,
attempting
I
to.
believe
I
this is
am.
what's happening. I am definitely.
Well, stealth rolls
I
then.
don't know how well I'm doing it, but I'm trying.
I'm doing it okay.
Yeah,
Nope.
no. Yeah. Every time you hear those stones go off, it's one of you. Just.
Well,
Just stay still.
uh,
Have a good one, guys. I'm heading out the cave now. Bye bye.
Head out.
Hezekiah, make sure you keep an eye out behind too.
yeah, we need
Yep.
to watch on both ends.
Keep Victoria and Lucy in the middle.
Yes, sir.
Does he even have a weapon?
Yeah, he's got the backhand of a rifle butt, remember? And
Oh,
it's
that's
lucky.
right.
It's a
Right.
magical weapon because he once fired one bullet and killed 2 squirrels with it. And so he
Oh,
used
that's
it to
right.
rescue you from the dungeon, the fair
Mhm.
maiden, thusly fulfilling his prophecy and earning the right to matrimony.
Well, when he dies, that's gonna be what we do.
Hezekiah is I'm never gonna have anything attack Hezekiah ever. He's got plot armor.
Yeah.
Plot armor.
Well, Hezekiah's gonna need his own character art.
Right?
He's gonna stick around.
That's true.
So,
Well, he just looks like Shaggy, except for he's wearing overalls with one button.
So I got a bit of a plan. If y'all want.
He's also got that retard strength.
Oh god. Oh god.
No, I mean like he's strong. He's strong. He traveled with the carnies. There was a reason. He don't look it, but he's strong. Don't make him out. I'm just saying. If anything ever imperils Lucy, he's gonna just let out this high pitched and just. But yeah.
What do y'all think about leaving somebody out for bait, calling this thing in while the rest of us sit in ambush?
It seems to me like we would use the professional. He says, giving you a big wink there. Jeremiah still thinking that you might be here to shoot her in the head.
Well, Hezekiah,
Jeremiah, sir, not Jerichiah. What kind of a name is Jerichiah?
excuse me, my throat's a little itchy in this mind.
Right, yeah, the coal dust.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I was
which,
thinking-
do you think it's smart to fire a pig iron in here?
Well, it better.
No.
That's all I got.
Not really, I don't think so. And by the way, I don't care what baloney you are trying to come across. A friend that can help me get rid of these awful monsters is a friend that slides under the law a little bit.
Ma'am, your accent's getting all kinds of fucky. I'm just saying, you got a little
It's
British
wrong,
there for a
hey.
second,
I
and
know. Hey,
I mean, I ain't never heard no Texas Ranger from London, you know.
I'm trying. I'm running on empty,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna just continue to kind of.
Speaking of running on empty, oh my god, we're 2 hours into the session, and we haven't taken a potty break.
A break would be nice.
Yeah, why don't we take our 5-minute break? Thank you for watching so far. When we come back, I'm gonna kill these guys with a nose ferret. It's gonna be a lot of fun. One of them's gonna get converted and then be all evil and under my control. We'll see if I can't keep the Deadlands kill a player every Deadlands session streak alive. Cause so far, we're 2 for 2, baby. Tate killed Miles last night, shot him dead center mass, and killed him with so much damage that the game just said Miles dies. Wasn't like Miles is bleeding out, wasn't like Miles dies. Was boop, oh shit, so now he's Harold, but that's a story for another night. We'll be right back. And we are back. They are deep in the bowels of a mine, fighting themselves a nose ferret. Well, trying to locate themselves a nose ferret.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll just continue forward. I'm sneaking the best I can, and yeah, these areas seem pretty narrow. Bit back there.
Yep, single file.
Okay, I will begin, I guess. Going around. Just gingerly taking steps and trying to watch for footprints or any other tells. And yeah, I'm basically just trying to notice every so often. So just tell me when I need to make a roll. So.
You don't see anything down this way. I mean, this passage seems to widen up some. It is a room filled with slug dogs. No. It is a room with 3 more withered corpses in it. Clearly wearing mining gear.
Does it look like their hearts are taken out?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Turn around.
Well, if you're in the business of wanting your heart taken out.
Does it look like the bodies have any kind of like identity?
I mean, they're like, each one of them kind of screams minor, but no, it's not like ID cards were common. Nobody's gotten close enough to like pick the pockets of any of them per se, but
that's just rude.
I just don't want to in general.
Would be unchristian, certainly looting the dead.
You do not do that.
Is there anything shiny that's obviously
Anything shiny that's obviously valuable? I mean, so they're coal miners, so they're covered
visible?
in soot.
Visible.
You'd have to like,
okay.
get up on them.
That's what my stealth and thief roll is for.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, one of them's wearing a wedding ring.
Aww. Well, okay. So this is now 3 more corpses we have that don't have their hearts. Is it okay if I roll another unskilled occult roll to see why?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna slip the ring off.
Yep. And you did so handily.
Frick, man.
Yeah, no, they just, maybe they took the hearts out for some Santeria.
I'm gonna pray over bodies, hoping that they can rest in peace and find their way to the Lord, and I will move out and back up to the one hallway area we were coming towards.
Yep.
These poor single men out here.
Yeah, man, not a single one attached at least, so nobody back town missing any folk.
Yeah. Hey, Private Abbott, if I may...
Can I use your hat to read the inscription on the inside of this ring I've always had?
No, I had a plan, or an idea for a plan, if you want to entertain it.
I'd be open to possibilities.
Well, it's pretty clear that this nose ferret's down here feeding on these miners. Well, it's been at least a day or 2 since the mine was shut down, so what if we were to draw this sucker in a place of our choosing and spring a trap on him?
like those odds better than going into its lair, honestly.
Well,
The Lord will prevail.
it's a
And
little late for the going into its lair. But yeah,
I feel like we're in its garbage can, but at the same time, this little side passage gave me that idea. Perhaps I could shimmy up in there and hide. We can draw him back to this dumping area with some noise, like a injured person, and then
an injured person. What are you getting at?
well, was somebody shoots you in the back of the head, right? And then you lie down and pretend to be.
Jeremiah, stop! No, that's not what I'm saying. We'll sit here and we'll sing out real hurt like, and once this creature makes its way down here and makes itself known, well, then we just have a good old shootout, like the OK Corral, which may have happened already or maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, if I don't want to see this godforsaken thing, uh, during the day, but it might be hungry enough to go out of this cave to feed. We could try and lure it somewhere that we at least know the area. I don't know how all these passages work, and it might be putting ourselves at a disadvantage if we try and start a trap here if we don't know another exit.
Well, that is true.
I vote for that. I don't want to be trapped in the corner.
I wonder.
No one puts Victoria in the corner.
Yeah.
You'll go back in the box and you'll like it.
Puts the lotion on its skin or gets the hose.
Maybe we should have asked the mayor how many men were down in this mine and how many have been missing. Because if it's 4, then we know this sucker ain't eating nothing down here. Unless you think maybe it took hostages.
I highly doubt it would take hostages from what I had heard. It feeds, it reproduces if he leaves the heart, and if he doesn't leave the heart, well, they don't get up again. They're just dead.
We checked the heart on all of them, right?
Yeah, everybody got close enough to check the hearts on all of them. I did describe the hearts as pulled out of the ones that were immediately apparent from the distance the last had shown on them, so 100% certain he wasn't lying in that pile of corpses just watching everybody. Everybody got close enough for that, so no worries.
I mean, we will definitely stay on our guard. You never know where these beasties may hide, but I think we got better chances somewhere we know than what we don't, and it's getting mighty late, and I don't want to have a dinner date with this creature.
Makes sense to me.
Alright, let's get a move on.
I am going to need 2 tracking survival rolls.
Okay.
Since nobody mentioned that they were, writing on the walls or,
I was saying I was tracking throughout the entire cave.
yeah, looking for footprints and who not, but not leaving anything in particular to mark your path. Real easy to get lost in a mine shaft lit only by a solitary glowing hat.
Well, we did leave that one body there.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you find the one body at the first intersection, you'll know you're on the right path.
Yeah. But yeah, I will do some tracking rolls, and we will see what's gonna happen.
Bop on out of here. Look at that, first one, bopped right on out. And then one more for the next intersection. Bopped right on out, easy as pie. Definitely gathering twilight as you make it to the mouth of the cave.
So we want to go back to the Inn Tavern
I
General
think
Store.
so. Make sure everyone's staying inside, boarded up the windows, and we set ourselves a little trap in the town square.
All right then.
I'm sure we've notified it just enough.
Wrong
Sounds
way.
good.
There we go. Yes.
And so she just kind of tips her hat and walks away in like the action movie
Right.
sense of a Texas Ranger.
So, yeah, we definitely had a combat map set up for the town square because we anticipated that.
I'm sorry.
Got to keep you on your toes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, gathering twilight tavern. People look at you expectantly as you enter, thinking that you have solved the prairie tick infestation. That was quick.
Yeah, about that. Let me have a word in private, Mayor.
Yeah.
I'll go with him.
He leans over the bar.
I'll lean in and say, how many miners are you missing?
About half a dozen.
Half a dozen.
Yeah, there's Samuel, there's Squeaky, there's the tall one, there's Sleepy, Doc, yeah,
Bashful, goofy,
Bashful, Goofy, yeah,
Grumpy.
Well, we found 4 of them in there.
Yeah, how are they?
And, well, they're no longer mining the rock. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Delilah's gonna take her hat off and kind of put it on her chest.
Well, hopefully it was just Grumpy.
Oh.
Well, the reason we ask is, well, you got something might bigger than prairie ticks in there. And
Yeah.
we're gonna need to.
We
We're
should
gonna
be
need
able
to
to
lock
take
it
care
down.
of it, no problem. Just need to
Well, then
keep
take
people-
care of it.
We need to keep people inside, so if you can give some entertainment for some of the people in here.
How many people you hire for this dynamite, mister? You got that boy now, this lady coming up too? 10 sticks of dynamite don't split that many ways.
Well, this lady right here is not sharing in the wealth of the dynamite, and that boy that was here earlier, I think,
Is he your ward?
yeah, something like that.
Oh. Is this one
I'm
of
good
those
on my
Greek
own side.
arrangements?
It's a Greek arrangement. No, it is nothing like that. I
Yeah.
like the scent of a woman. And then JD kind
Okay.
Steps to the side.
of JD kind of like looks around, thinking, "Oh wait, Joe is a woman." But shakes his head.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat, mister.
Look, if we can keep all the people inside tonight, that would be the best course of action.
I mean, I don't own none of these people.
Well, but maybe you could give a sale on some alcohol and keep them in the bar tonight, and I might be able to pay for a couple rounds.
Yeah, and if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. No, I ain't no sale on no liquor, lady.
Well, here's the deal.
I'm flashing the badge.
And? You in Colorado territory, ma'am.
I was sent
And for
here
all I
to
know,
get
you got that
problem.
from a 5 and dime.
I can show you all my registration, but that
Five
still
and dime.
means I was sent here to get rid of something that you don't want to know about.
Yeah,
And
prairie
my hire-
ticks. We got prairie ticks up in mine.
I done told
Yes.
you it ain't prairie ticks. All right.
Can I make a roll to figure out my jurisdiction?
The Confederacy
knowledge
is your
Well,
jurisdiction.
yes, but what can I pull saying to get him to keep these people inside? That's what I'm trying at. I'm trying to come up with a law or something that would be able to.
I mean, you'd have to be like enforcing some kind of martial curfew or something, which definitely seems outside the purview of a private and the Texas Rangers outside the Confederacy, you know?
Alright.
That ain't outside the purview of somebody like JD, though.
I mean, you could point your gun at everybody and say, hey, nobody leaves this fucking place, but that's a whole different situation, isn't it? That's not really
We do not
curfew
let that
so
happen.
much as...
People like to call that hostage.
Right, yeah, that's a whole, you know.
Y'all stay put, or Hezekiah here's gonna whip you in the head with that.
No, I won't. I ain't a violent man.
JD, Senora Delilah, a moment, please.
Yeah. I go and see what's going on. Delilah's just frustrated by this point in the day.
Look, obviously he can't force these people to stay, but what if we provide the entertainment? What if our, how you say, employer, Phineas, causes just a little bit of entertainment, some martial arts, showing some of the culture east here in this tavern so that people stay. At least that'll keep them safe
You
for a little
are
bit.
brilliant.
Has anybody thought to check on Phineas or Gary
No.
and what I described as the gathering twilight earlier?
Yeah, let's.
We all went to the tavern and started talking to the mayor, right? Yeah, alright. Cool.
You sure you don't want me just to hold them all hostage?
That
Look,
is
let's-
not
let's go
okay,
check on them
and
first.
that does not go with the law.
What if you plug one of them in the leg and then you don't even hardly have to hold the rest of them hostage? They'll be held hostage by their own terror.
That is wrong.
Okay. So we're gonna go check on our employer. Let's
Yep.
go.
You guys going out to the wagon then, is what I'm getting there?
Yeah.
Oh hell. Which one is that? Ah, here we go.
I knock on the wagon.
Alright.
Phineas, you in there?
Yeah, no, he opens the back door, right? He's got the lights going, right? It's belching the smoke. He's ready to put on, a little tiny. There aren't a bunch of people here, but he might as well get a couple of, sales while he can. And he goes, yes, my good, ma'am, yes. Yes, I am quite present.
You and, boy also got it. Late Fao?
Liu Fang.
Lu Fang! You and Lu Fang still breathing alright?
Yes, well, I can't speak for Liu Fang. I haven't seen him recently, but
Oh,
I have
fuck
been
me.
quite well.
Okay, we'll have to look for Lu Fang here.
Don't kill
Phineas,
Gary.
We found out what's actually in the...
He wandered
mine.
off towards the mine to take a leak.
Phineas, stop! No, you're ruining it! Don't say that! Oh no, Gary! We found out what's in the mines.
Yes?
A bloodsucker, a human bloodsucker,
I don't know
Nosferatu.
what you are talking about. Look, sir, I see that you have a wonderful business here, and it would be mighty beneficial if you could put on a long show in the bar over here. Keep as many people in there as possible.
Well, I'm afraid, ma'am, that sometimes the acoustics don't really. I mean, you need a place with the wagon as part of the demonstration. Without it, I have no backing. I mean, how am I supposed to sell the wonders of the Orient without the stage on which to bequeath my gift for theatrical disbursement to the crowd? And besides, my assistant should be around here somewhere.
What if I paid you
Liu
to go
Fang.
and do your show inside?
Well, the whole point of the show is to be paid, madame, but it is for goods and services. I'm afraid I am not some dancing monkey or a thespian out for the hire from any, strumpet.
Well,
Says the proud gigolo.
He doesn't know her. I mean, come on.
let's cut this act. I know what you're doing. You're a snake oil salesman. This is a
I reject the implication, madam. I assure you that none of these contain any oil that is distilled from a single steak. Well, with the exception, of course, of the Kawamatsu snake from deepest Sumatra, the jungles of which are used to put fire into the loins.
I'm just gonna give a look to JD like, what is this guy on?
I'm just gonna shake my head. Hey, how about you just move the wagon up to the front of the inn, get as close as you can, and put the show on there.
Yeah, gladly. That is well within the possibility, but still, people will of course be drawn out by the splendor. And where is Lu Fang? Lu Fang!
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Gary. I'll be back.
He said he wanted to eat his meal somewhere where it was absolutely dark.
Of course he would.
He said that
All
there's
right.
no map for fighting out here in the town, so we gotta go into.
Back.
I'll drink your Kool-Aid.
Who's
Yeah.
Kool-Aid? What?
Wait. What's his face? Your boyfriend, Lucy.
Hezekiah?
Hezekiah, could you be Phineas's great helper for the show right now, just to keep these people entertained while we go look for Lu Fang?
Well, I don't know what I would do that would be part of any kind of a show.
Look, Hezekiah, look. You might not believe it, but you are just like really strong, and whatever he gives you, you drink it, you're just gonna lift a lot of things, alright? And it's gonna, wow.
But, ma'am, I can already lift a lot of things.
I know, but like when you drink it, you're gonna lift even more.
Wait, it's gonna
Wow.
actually make me lift even more?
It's a superpower.
Because I wouldn't
Well,
want to put my back
Hezekiah,
out
how are we
attempting.
gonna know?
You know, I'm
Well,
trying to
we gotta
save
find
that
out.
for, matrimony, right?
Why don't you consider it as like mattress training in a way? Hmm?
Oh my god. Okay, Joe's gonna step forward. Please, sweetie. Can you please just help us out? Just help with whatever Phineas tells you to do. Can you do that?
You think I should do something like this? He says, and he takes a iron tent stake about this long, right, off the back of the wagon. It's about that thick, right, and grabs it in his hands and bends it into a U.
God damn.
That's
Yeah.
your man.
Yeah.
And again, looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oof. Fanning myself.
I don't like any of that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Phineas, do you think you can use Hezekiah?
Phineas says, yes, I do believe my dear boy will work nicely. Yes, could you bend that back, though? I need that.
Alright, so if we're gonna go back to the damn cave. that
We're
was
gonna
out
look
here
for Lu
first.
Fang, so...
He's not
Phineas
in
is
them.
trying
Come
to
on,
help
he
him
didn't
find
go
it.
to the mine. No.
No, but we.
We're gonna look for him.
Kool-Aid.
You want Lu Fang to live because he's gone Hua a couple of times? Or is it because of his fantastic singing voice?
Yeah, Gary is awesome.
Both. He can act, so he's a triple threat.
He is a triple threat.
He's a quadruple threat, he can fight,
Oh shit, you're right.
and like, he can get it, so I'm not leaving my boy.
Let's go get him.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Getting attached to these
It's a great
NPCs,
idea.
it's-
It's always a good idea to become emotionally invested in characters that the DM has created whole cloth. It's always
Don't
fantastic.
do this to my Gary, Will.
All right.
Don't you dare.
You took away my
You did it to
Eliza.
my Mary.
Right. Yeah, no,
I'm
there's
looking
a
for a Gary.
there is a
I
campfire.
already
all right,
lost one potential lover.
in the tree line, about 150 150 yards into the trees. A little campfire set up.
All right.
Go ahead there.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Gary. He is cooking a rabbit.
Hey,
Hammered.
Gary, you
Hammered.
attractive son of a bitch.
Huh?
Did you catch this?
Oh. It's nighttime again. I mean, you get about 3
God, that's so
hours
dumb.
of Gary talking a day, and it's usually like, oh yeah, no, yeah, I get it, yeah, and then the rest of the time it is, whoa.
Hey Gary,
He's so dumb.
you want to
I
come
love
with
that
us?
in a man.
You dumb bitch.
Oh yeah, he's a himbo for sure. He holds up a couple of more rabbits by their back legs. They haven't been skinned yet. Mind you, he's been out of your eye line for like maybe 20 minutes tops.
So maybe we get this show on the road and go deal with this creature. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, Gary, we could use your help in the mine.
Whoa! He's test. The rabbit is not done. He is not satisfied. And he's not sure that one rabbit's gonna. I mean, he's got 3 rabbits here. Like, he's gonna start with one rabbit, sees how it sits on him. Martial art, he needs a lot of protein and liquor.
I'm gonna pull out $2, slap it on the wood next to him.
He folds them up and sticks the end in the fire, right? And uses it to light a very long pipe, right?
That is $2.
That is filled with something that lets off a floral smell.
It's opium.
Maybe.
He's now checking the rabbit in a kind of recumbent.
Maybe.
The dollars have burned down to a nub in his fingertips. And it takes a second. I mean, they're burning. He's hitting the pipe. He looks over and goes, whoa. That rabbit has at least another 5 minutes on it. That's all Gary knows.
Okay, well, Gary is intoxicated, so we can't really have Gary help. So let's just go.
Gary's his best when he's intoxicated.
For real. For real. He actually literally, if he's sober, is terrible at fighting. He is terrible at fighting.
I don't know. You guys go. I don't know what to do, so you guys, what's up?
Well, Gary, there's some less than nice things running around here at night, and I'm just gonna tell you now, watch out for yourself. You're gonna be out here alone. You mind if I take one of these rabbits with me?
Nope. Hand you the rabbit.
I'm just gonna tie it off to my belt.
Yeah.
And I'll look around and say, well, y'all want to head into the mine again?
In a flash, Gary pirouettes up to his feet, right? Turns his back to you, still right next to the campfire, and is clearly about to urinate. Hasn't taken 3 steps, literally just turned. Starting to pee.
Let's go.
Where you guys going now? You found
We're
Gary?
going to the cave because yes, we're going to the cave.
Wait, you guys are just gonna go fuck the distraction, let's go back to the cave?
Yep.
Those
Out
are
of character, we got 20 minutes to kill a monster.
Those are choices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't know what else.
I mean, you guys were working on a plan there. It was coming together. Gary, if you had sat down and let Gary eat a rabbit, he would have been sated, and he would have done whatever. Been part of your martial arts show distraction.
Mm-hmm.
But we have said unanimously now that
Yep.
we're headed back to the cave, so we head back to the cave.
I got a new plan.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna take this here rabbit. I'm gonna cut it up, get it bleeding, get this place stunk up real nice with rabbit blood, and hopefully draw this thing in. Right here at the cave entrance. So if we need to run, our backs to the
Makes
exit.
sense. They would probably hunt on animals instead of attracting attention to themselves by preying exclusively on people.
Now, if that guy would have gave me a stick of dynamite first time around, I'd have shoved it up this rabbit's ass. And then we'd have a nice show whenever it showed up.
Right, and then the cave in, right? And then we're like testing how many hours of oxygen you guys have to dig out. Oh, with the raging coal fire burning on your side. Yeah. No, I think
Right.
dynamite down here is 100% a good idea. Hezekiah's with you though, because you guys didn't get the show going, so you got that going on. And we find ourselves back in a coal mine.
Alright. You point the way, I'll go wherever. So, we'll just continue forward. Which way do you want to go?
I'd say we go known territory. We'll lay that rabbit right here.
Okay.
And then we all sit at this little corner here till this thing shows up. And we
Okay.
blast.
How long are we gonna wait?
As
Oh,
long
I
as
don't
we
know.
need to.
Yeah.
All night.
What if he doesn't come?
Alright, give me notice rolls, everybody.
Okay.
It's that or we go and look for him.
Right, roll was a natural one. It's
Victoria's
today.
got us.
It's just today. Today is just one of those days. And that's okay.
Victoria, everybody is fixated on this rabbit corpse, right? Waiting for the ruse to transpire, right? When you notice something making absolutely no noise as it moves, scuttle with superhuman speed across the ceiling headed this way. Just a shadow of movement. Boof. Nobody heard anything. Nothing. Absolutely soundless.
Oh, sorry. Did you guys not hear me?
Nope.
No.
We heard
No.
I, and then you cut out.
Sorry about that. What time is it currently?
Nighttime, 10:43.
10:43. God, guys, daybreak.
Oh no,
Think
it's
of
like
sunlight.
no. Oh, sunlight. You are hours from sunlight. It just literally got dark.
God.
It's too bad that
Okay.
nobody thought to tell Bill that there was a vampire in the tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, we can turn around
Yeah,
and go
it's
tell
a
him.
real shame.
It's not like he has a pistol that gathers a beam of sunlight in it and reflects it across mirrors over and
mean,
over again to concentrate it into
far
a
as,
single
like-
blast, but you know.
As far as Delilah knows, she doesn't know about that. and
That's
she
true.
knows that
Delilah
she's not
doesn't know
supposed
that.
to let
Yeah.
the- not supposed to
You
let the
immediately were
girls
like,
know.
Bill, there's some crazy shit in the tunnel, and she was like, no, there isn't.
Yup. Yes. And I was like, okay, maybe she has a plan.
It's the code. It's the code. You have to follow the code.
Because the eyes of Texas are upon.
All right. She goes over to God, what's your face? JD and Lucy. I just forgot your fake name. And it's scurrying.
My
it's
name
like a
is
black
Mitch.
shadow.
A shadow? Which way?
She
Shadow.
points to the direction. It's almost like a blink of an eye.
You guys look up, and also, if you want that hat to light up again, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, let there be light.
All right, let's get a faith roll. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
Your
The Lord
God
my
is an
shepherd, and I
awesome
shall
God.
not want.
He reigns from heaven above with strength and power and love. Your God is an awesome God. Yeah, now your hat lights up again.
Praise the Lord. All right.
God, Victoria almost wants to like run back out and get Bill.
Yeah, like Joe's gonna start.
Y'all are great, but I gotta go.
Though I walk
All
in
right.
the valley of death, I shall not fear. She's just talking these like Hail Marys and these
Right.
bits. What's funny is when she says like a phrase from the Bible, it's not the exact phrase, it's like a mix of different Bibles. So it's
The
kind of
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leadeth me behind still waters. Or what? Still pastures, cool waters, still pastures. Some shit like that.
but yeah, so I guess we're gonna go to the left.
Yeah, we going left now?
I don't know. I'm asking JD.
Suppose.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Joe's
Notice
on the way
rolls.
through.
I'm just kind of
Joe's
like
gonna be
leaning
marking.
over. I don't think we're going to see this thing.
Oh my gosh!
Great.
Fucking kidding me? God damn! Is that a 10? Like a D10?
It's a D12 stealth.
12? I'm in. That's what I meant.
That it aced.
I also stealthed, so I'm gonna need a notice roll from you.
Yeah, no problem. You want to be hiding from it? Yeah. Yeah, while the hat's all lit up. Fuck.
Okay, so wait, what's
Shh,
going on?
shh, shh, shh. We need notice rolls against its stealth
Okay.
roll, and it rolled a
Great.
16 on its stealth roll, which means it's gonna get to
Awesome.
ambush whoever.
Great.
Because,
Yeah.
Yeah. Victoria's fine.
So who? Oh,
Shit. Freaking computer.
who does it get the drop on?
It's got to notice me.
That's true. Oh yeah, here. All right, let's get the stealth roll there, Jeremiah.
Oh, I already rolled it. It's a
Oh,
7.
the 7. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really.
Not
hoping
for
you don't
some
do it.
reason it doesn't notice. It's blinded by the glowing white hat.
I mean, I'm kind of a beacon right now. I kind of get it.
Yeah, I'm like pressed up against the cave wall, like
Right.
looking down. I don't
Alright.
see shit, but I'm looking down.
No, so it leaps out and snatches Hezekiah. It's gonna
Oh,
pounce.
No, come back.
No, stop! Don't! Oh.
Please, no.
Oh no.
No, did I say Hezekiah?
No.
I meant Joe because it was attracted to her heartlessness. I won't even have to rip this one's heart out. It is already done.
Oh, you're serious?
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, for your vindictiveness there. I can't believe you would hate Hezekiah so much.
He did.
You know,
Joe, you put it right next to me.
I love him. I love him.
No, he's on Hezekiah. He leaps off the ceiling on Hezekiah because I said it.
Bouncing around.
I shoot him.
Well, no, because he has the drop ambush round. Nobody noticed. +4. It's alright, though, because he's completely reasonable, and he doesn't have improved frenzy, so he is not going to hit with a raise. Which he does.
Why does Hezekiah have a parry of 1?
Oh, wait, because I clearly did not program in his parry well. He should have a parry of 5, which,
I mean, he still hit.
yeah,
but-
still hit. But not with a raise, so
Yep.
we'll remove D6 of this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
gosh.
that doesn't matter.
Dumb
He's
son
not,
of a bitch.
he's not a wild card.
No.
Oh,
Its fangs sink into Hezekiah's neck, and he lets out a scream and gurgles, and the thing's mouth comes away. It's albino, pure white, hairless. It's got black coal eyes, long pointed ears. The fangs aren't like, 2 little pinpricks, but like the front teeth all grow long, right? It's, old-timey long fingers, you know, each one of them stretched out. And Hezekiah is incapacitated and bleeding out rapidly. Not quite dead yet, but certainly soon. And that was the first of its frenzy attacks. Oh boy, I think it's just gonna finish him off, actually. Yeah. Second one, you know,
We can do.
reaches in,
Oh,
fingers
gosh.
dig into its heart, rip his heart out, and squish it in his hands. Oh yeah, and I forgot we're in the vamp fight, so.
I want to play a adventure card.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Jesus, those cats need to knock it off.
Right? Damn, kitty. Arcane inspiration, +2 to trait rolls made to activate powers. Alright, so that'll be +4 to faith rolls for this. Which is great. So let's get the initiative sorted. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Oh,
how
he's
she
not a
played it.
wild card though. So no.
Oh, he's not? Okay. So I just had to wound him once.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so you're gonna have to shoot him in the heart, which is a -6 because it's a tiny target. To like end cap him. You can shake him with a normal wound, right? But you cannot wound it without penetrating, puncturing the heart.
Okay.
But yeah. And I think at that point that's common. This point that's common knowledge. You know, that's turn order. Deal to all. Here we go. All right, it is Victoria up first, followed by Joe, Delilah, then the nose ferret.
Man, okay. Victoria's gonna... Oh, God. That would be pointless, because it's gonna move super fast. Yeah, just pull out her Winchester and try to aim at the heart.
Okay, do
She's
not
all
critically
over.
fail. You are definitely in close enough quarters to shoot Delilah. And that would 2 shows in a row having a player kill.
I'd be really sad.
Right. Oh no, that's a hit with a range, yeah. Still not quite strong enough to wield that Winchester, but I'll be damned if you don't do it every time. Just blow! Alright, let's get the damage against Nosy Ferrets. Oh yeah, that's good. So it is shaken, but has no wounds applied to it because it was not hit in the heart. Joe dog it.
Alright.
Would Joe know if it to be hit with a bullet, or can it be hit like
Alright,
a
so
knife or...
a wooden stake works great, but so does a bullet. Literally anything that punctures the heart. But
Okay.
would you believe that, given that you're a doubting Thomas? No, I don't know. Why would you
I
just shoot
think
it, right?
it's a guy that's like a psycho.
And besides, it
guy.
just killed your fiance.
Yeah.
Like, terribly.
Yeah, no, literally tore his heart out in front of you. And he has a look on his face of disbelief, died a virgin, locked eyes with you, you know, like the only thing Hezekiah wanted in the whole world.
Yeah.
Damn, now I'm sad. Fuck.
You're the one that killed him.
Alright.
It was him or Joe. I mean, Joe would have eaten. I mean, that was a lot of wounds, but moving on.
Just gonna rush forward and just kind of sock him in the chin, kind of thing.
You are going to punch the nose ferret.
Yes!
All right. Yeah. Now run up. All right. Wail on him. Let's get a fighting roll against him.
Joe doesn't know the Joe.
You son bitch!
Bullshit.
Boom! He was irritating but kind of flattering.
Just hit him in the heart, Joe.
Oh no, honey.
Even shaken, it was like woof,
Wow.
and just shifted around the blow. Yeah. Delilah.
I'm going to say, Lord, please guide my hands and make me move swifter than the wind as I cast quickness.
All right, give me a second here.
It's seasoned.
Alrighty, so at just a +2 then.
Okay. For fuck's sake. That's a trait roll was a natural one. Can I use a white trick to re-roll that?
Yes.
Oh, wait. What is that?
It wasn't a crit fail. That's
Was
what
not
it
a crit fail.
Here, can you take 2 from this roll? I forgot to.
That's fine.
It works, but
Yep.
it's not as good.
You cast quickness.
And what that means is I have 2 actions instead of 1 per round.
Yep.
No multi-action penalty. I'm gonna shoot this guy in the heart.
All right. So -6 for a cold shot.
I'm scared.
Oh, fuck it up.
Reading one more thing. I'm gonna use double tap. With
Man.
my double action sneaker. So I get plus.
Yep, +1 to hit
+1 to
and
hit.
damage at the cost of 1
that's
extra
just
bullet.
-5.
Yep. Welcome, arms dealer. No death tentacle this time. Just a nose ferret. Nose ferratus.
God.
No. Yeah, that is a negatory.
I tried.
Yeah.
But that's my turn.
Yes,
I got
sir. Nose ferret remains shaken. And you know what? Nah, I'm gonna save the Benny. What do you know? Jeremiah.
1 shot out of each pistol to the heart.
Alright.
So -6.
Yep.
Here goes nothing.
On account of your edges. Woo!
Great.
Wow!
Oh, man.
Wow.
Woo!
Oh, I didn't do -6. So that's-
That is a 4, which is what you need to hit. So no hit with a raise, but just a normal hit. And that last one was a 9, so +1 on that last dice. It has a toughness of 9. So I am afraid that is not a wound. Because it was only 8 versus its 9. Oh, but it adds +4 to damage because it hits the heart. Thusly is a wound because in this instance it negates. Heart shots don't normally cause extra damage, but because this has a weakness 2 heart shots. It's an additional roll, +4, so you do wound it, shooting it in the heart, and thusly killing it. Yes.
Good.
No, it falls on its back in the coal dust. And you are gonna roll a d6 for me. Awesome.
Oh.
Coal dust does not ignite.
Yeah, that's good.
And you guys find yourselves alone in the mine when a light comes rushing up the tunnel behind you. And
Like from the entrance? Or...
from the entrance, yeah.
Okay.
And it is Phineas. And he says, a postmaster just brought this in on a Pony Express in the night of all times for you. It's from a Dr. Darius Hellstrom.
And it says...
Where you have to open it to find out what it says.
I will... Well, first of all, I'll use that card that I shared to you.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, you guys, they're gonna love you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
And
gonna
then,
love you.
Then I will open it so that you can say your thing.
Well, and it says, so what the hell's going on? I hired you guys like a fucking month ago to ride the train directly to my meeting point, and here I find your bitch asses in Colorado, having set a Carney town on fire, found Jesus, done all this shit. You completely missed the whole point of the module, and now we're weeks behind schedule. You're gonna have to meet me in California at this point, so congratulations for all of that. And oh, by the way, to be continued.
Yeah.
Which is all I really said, because that was
Yeah.
yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's 11. So that is the show this evening. Thank you for tuning in. They do literally have to go meet Dr. Darius Hellstrom, but they killed a vampire this week. We have become local folk heroes. We'll get 10 sticks of dynamite. And hey, look at that, the first Texas Rangers mission. Well, I mean, they killed the shit out of that slug dog. They killed it. Killed it dead.
Now we gotta bury a new friend.
Right? Yeah, now Hezekiah is dead.
Wait, we gotta cut out his heart.
Yeah, that thing already did. It
was cut out.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that he was gonna pop up and be like, I want to suck your blood.
Well, he wants to suck something, but, you know. He's never gonna get the chance now. He's never gonna get the chance. So, from the League of Gentlemen Explorers, to yourselves, may your dice always roll hot. Tune in Friday for Dead is Better. Boy, we're gonna kill one of these motherfuckers in a high school because they do not pick up on descriptive narrative cues.
Oh,
but
God.
Until then, we will see you guys then, and maybe they'll kill another baby because that's always fun.
See ya.